Turn the microphone on. There we go, so you can hear us now. How are we doing, guys? Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Drone Junkie.
That's it. That's me. I'm the Drone Junkie. Carlos, world's favourite pilot.
Orange man.
Orange guy. We've got a flying visit from Tristan. Thanks for joining us, Tristan.
Hello.
He's going to be in and out quickly.
I'm always in and out.
That's what she said.
Who's that in the background? That looks like Dino. Dino, how you doing, Dino?
Hello.
He's got
It's
a
full house.
very special reason for coming round today. Dino has, and even
a celebrity.
A celebrity.
Oh,
look at that, Tom
you know
Ashley.
what? I forgot to tell you something.
Oh,
no, him.
Him. Okay.
I have a picture for you.
He's got
I'll
a
send
favour.
it later. But when I was in Latvia, I found like a random
Side
raggy.
conversation.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Just flying?
No, like on someone's house.
What, on a wall?
Yeah,
Like in decoration?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. See, raggies, they live forever, raggies. They're brilliant. How are we doing, gentlemen? Thank you very, very much for joining us, everyone.
Yes.
A little bit random what we're going to talk about today, but
It's
a
always
little bit
random.
exciting. Something's burning over there. I don't know what's happened over there in that thing there. Tom, what have you done? What have you done? Have you
Set Drone Junkie
forgotten
headquarters
how
on
to
fire?
put out cigarettes in the ashtray that you don't need to put them out in? Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
what's
it's really smoky and foggy in here because of that.
so foggy? Oh, where are you?
It's terrible. I'm gonna have to build it up and add a bit to it as well. Here we go. So,
Drew's asking if we're going to talk about anything good today.
are we going to talk about
Always
anything
good stuff.
Do we?
No.
We're going to talk about random stuff.
No.
We are going to talk
Nothing
about
good.
different things. I don't know about good. To us, they're pretty exciting. I'm not sure which one to start with because there's a few different things.
Okay.
Dino's in the background, looking ever so excited, and I did kind of hype the Sensi Super 8
Yeah.
in
But what is it?
in the pre-post. So
Okay,
yes,
well, let's show it then.
so this is it. So let me just move some
This
bits
is
here
it.
so we can do a bit of zoom camera.
Crazy
Zoom cam.
stuff.
Let me just try and set up a bit of zoom cam.
There's
There
a lot
it
of
is.
stuff here.
Yeah, move that as well. Move that and that one because that's in the camera. Can't have that in the view.
Good thing we prepared, huh?
It's always prepared in here. You know what it's like. Dino, do you want to put your little thing?
Aberration.
Put your little thing into the
I
zoom
wouldn't call it
camera.
that little.
It's not that little.
There we
It's
go.
got some mass to it.
Dino, look at that. Wow. Now,
That's so weird.
what is it? It's so weird.
But
What
why
the
are there
hell
so
is
many
that?
props, Jen?
What the hell
I
is
don't know.
What's going on?
I tell you, I can't work it out. What am I looking at here? Like, there's so much going on. Should we put it on its side? Maybe we can.
Oh
maybe.
my god.
Wow, that's a stack and a half.
Crazy.
That is so. Dino,
I have a
Yes.
question.
1 minute, go on.
Sure.
What's your question?
Why?
Apparently
Why?
someone should be at headquarters, by the way.
Why not?
Why not?
Why?
Someone should be at headcall. We don't know who that should be, but
Oh
none
yeah,
of us.
me. No, it's me.
Oh,
I was supposed
It's
to be a head corn,
okay.
but I
But
had
not.
I had to go to do something today,
Yeah.
and then it got canceled. But so I have like 2 hours to be here.
Okay.
I literally came to do the podcast, and I'm gonna go away.
And then you're
Okay.
gonna go.
But
so-
tomorrow I'll be there. Don't worry,
Okay.
Robert.
What's that?
All right. Cool. Dino.
Yes.
Oh, actually, someone wanted. Sorry, someone wanted something from you, some props. All right, yeah, go on.
All right. Fine. Dino.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thanks for joining us, Dino.
It's all right, thanks.
I really appreciate that. Can you tell us? I don't know where to start. Why? Let's start with why.
Why not?
Why not? Good answer. Yeah. So what led you to wanting to wanting an 8? It's not been done. What is it? What was your?
Well, it had been
Thinking
done
there.
on a 3-inch. Rotor Riot got sent a 3-inch
Yeah.
that someone had made
For an 8.
For an
But they
8.
got sent it for free.
just to test it, and then I had to send it back, but they broke it.
Oh, nice of them.
Okay.
But it
Okay.
was brilliant.
Well, it's
Alright.
my turn now.
So, all right. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, the trials, the tribulations, anything you want to tell us about what it took you to get that as it is, while the lipos I think are charging,
No,
Oh.
I couldn't find that charger.
and
I've got a couple.
and Carlos is going to fly in a minute. So tell us what's gone on there.
Well, it was trial and error. I was trying to get it done with an all-in-one. But
All in one.
with an all-in-one,
Yeah.
everything, flight controller, ESCs, but ESCs were not big enough.
The ESC. But what happened? Because I was curious about that. Like
What?
you connect.
Well,
so,
we didn't even bother with that
I
because
didn't bother.
the ESC, the most is 12 amp,
Yeah. So
and then each
it would
motor
pull
there's
too much.
7 and 7.4.
So there's
Dave's
something.
asking, is it a single board? No, it's not.
Yes.
It's a
No, it
single-
is a single
One
board.
single
Yes.
flight controller.
Yes, it one flight controller,
With two
but then it
ESCs.
has two ESCs.
port in one
The
ESC.
thing is that the weird thing,
Three
Can you see?
super weird thing, is that there's two motors. No, sorry. There's two ESCs connected to the same signal.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So there's a motor per ESC because it has like
No, I haven't got
has 2 stacks of ESCs here inside.
No,
You
that's
can
why.
see there, like 2 stacks. So there's one motor connected to each ESC, but then the signal that controls that motor is connected. Well, two signals from 2
It's
motors.
wide.
It's connected to the same signal port in the flight controller.
Yeah, so
Yes,
one
yeah.
signal
So it's
out.
made a Y splitter basically
Yeah.
for the
So
signal.
it's Y split. So that
Now, I have
so
a
the flight
question.
controller doesn't know it's controlling 2 ESC boards. It has no clue.
The poor thing.
The flight controller, yeah, but the flight controller is only sending out info. It's not being told anything.
No, it is because. So here's the question:
Okay.
which 2 are connected
So
to each other?
you got
Well, these two. And
that's a
those
pair.
two.
Is it?
These two are a pair.
That's a pair,
Okay.
and then pair.
Okay. So it goes in like this, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
These 2 front
Yeah.
and these 2 back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the
Somewhere.
Huh?
Just take that one.
in the start when I thought you were gonna connect everything to like you're gonna connect 2 motors.
to
to
one
one.
ESC.
To one
We
ESC.
tried
I did do
It
that.
does work only in special circumstances.
No, it does. It did.
It
work.
does. It does. So look, motors are wired up with 3 wires.
Yes.
But there's 3 different sets there.
Yeah.
So if you wire the second motor the same,
Yeah.
that'll work fine.
Yeah.
If you wire it off key,
Yeah.
then you start getting phasing problems and they don't want to work together.
Yes.
Yeah. But we've done that all like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't want to work.
No.
It
Yeah.
did in
Yeah.
beta flight.
It
If
worked.
I was
Yeah.
on the motor tab and I was going up and down, it'd work.
Yeah.
Worked great in
But for
beta
some
flight.
reason, once I put it through
When you go to
When
R,
you
radio.
put it on the quad and armor.
through the radio,
Yeah.
it didn't want to. Most of the time, it didn't want to arm
didn't
exactly
wanna
the
arm.
same. Yeah, one motor would spin, one would
That's not
you
mine.
could see it
Twitching.
jittering
Yeah.
where it was trying to go.
Yeah.
But the
Because
phasing
all
was
the motors don't have the exact same specifications, even if they're all the same brand and stuff. Like the KV
They're,
is not too.
Well,
well, they're very, very close. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you're talking.
Mm,
You're
we
talking.
invested in testers.
We-
I, bought,
yeah.
I bought testers to test
really?
the
So you bought a
impedance.
very special tester that tests
Okay.
down to very low impedance, and
Yeah.
there's very marginal difference.
But
Is
I
it?
don't know if
Okay.
that's because the motor's so small.
It
Yeah.
could be because they're so very short bit of cable.
Okay.
I've
But
seen-
ultimately,
Ultimately,
he moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and said, you know what, this isn't going to work. Let's just have 2 separate ESCs.
So,
So we got.
where's the front? Is it the
Front is
camera?
the
where the
front, where the
camera
camera
is,
is.
Because it's not
the
where
front
the
is
front.
actually-
No, but it's in
Okay.
between them two arms.
Alright,
It's-
so one
Because
minute,
it
one
could
minute.
be, look, it could be an X and a plus at the same time.
It's kind of halfway between the two.
It's a time, isn't it?
It's halfway between the two because it's 22 and a half degrees off, which is a very unusual number to be off.
It's so,
Yeah.
so strange.
So, because what he's done, so he's got.
I
He's
understand. Like
rotated
you
one
put
at
the camera,
45.
right in between the 2 motors, so
Yeah.
they act
Where the
as
flight
Yeah.
controllers.
where the
that
flight
is
controller.
Where the
Yeah.
flight controller thinks.
So
it is.
so it
Yeah.
thinks that this might actually work better probably because if you're using 2 motors like these 2 motors would actually be as one
Yes.
and
Yes.
these 2 motors would actually be
Yes.
a one, so it makes sense that the flight controller is right in the center,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it doesn't start because if you put this a bit slightly to this side,
No,
I
no,
don't know
no.
what's gonna happen.
No, no.
We'll
know
start
we
yawing
definitely-
or-
No,
or
we knew
something
that
like-
we needed to correct.
So it would be 22.5.
22 and a half.
Yeah, because it's half of 45
That's exactly.
degrees.
Yeah. So that's where that's put. So it's all nicely
Hey
balanced.
Chris,
There's a chunk of thrust there.
is it?
Like there's
Yeah, hovering's very low down.
a
on the
very
stick.
like a very early hover you've got on that. There is a lot
It
of
needs
thrust.
tuning,
Yes,
but
it would be helped if it was
yes.
going to be tuned a little
He's
bit.
asking how the batteries cope.
Not too bad
Not-
actually.
yeah, not too bad. Are you?
But we're going to find that out in a minute.
Brain
see if
hurt.
it
Yeah.
blows up.
Tristan's just over there doing a bit of charging, so we're going to have a chat about some other stuff and then come back to this. But we're gonna fly this in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try not to
Um,
destroy it. I'll try my best.
So it looks crazy. It looks confusing. Yeah, it looks mental. I'm going to try and give it a white.
mean,
let me try and
if-
give it a white background. So,
If
so
it,
look much better. Can you actually
No.
see it? That looks better than it.
it's just
Yeah.
props everywhere. It's like a
There is-
flower of props.
No, there is a lot of props. There is a lot of props. There's a lot of stacks.
So if you extended this a little bit further out,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like on the Sensi 3,
Yes, I've
which
thought
is
about
coming
that
soon.
already.
yeah,
I've
then
thought
you're
about
gonna
that.
have like 8. You can do 8 on the same
What do you mean?
You don't have to turn upside down.
You don't have to turn these upside down.
You don't
You
have to.
can
We just
flip
wanted
that
to.
and put it.
I know,
right
no,
up.
but on the same plane of. I guess it's with Betaflight.
Oh,
doesn't
I'm
really
saying
matter.
actually making an 8-armed
Yeah,
frame.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you just put 2 one on top of each other.
And
Drew's
yeah,
asked,
I
so
see
who's
it
paying
direct
for the
on him.
replacement
Yeah,
parts
exactly.
shortly?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got that
That'll
covered.
work.
This is
Okay.
look,
Is it
this,
insured?
we're pushing the boundaries
What's
here.
insured?
So you know, we're here investing.
Who's
in,
paying for the replacement?
we're investing in the future here to find out.
It's quite stable
To
in
see.
the wind.
It's very stable
Found
in the
out
wind.
yesterday.
Like, it doesn't care about the
I
wind.
wonder
at all.
why.
It's making it. It's making its own wind. Like
Okay.
it's awesome.
I'm curious to test it.
And I'm just going to quickly make another little point at the bottom. I really do like this lipo strap. I'm
but
really
it's
impressed
broken.
with this.
I broke that one, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's only just broken it. So look, that bit can be, but I'd like a lot. I like that it's flat and sticky on the bottom because it was printed on glass.
What's
It's
that?
super smooth.
Is that like a patient thing?
Exactly like that patient thing. That's and then
I
so
thought it was
that's
a watch strap.
that is it, like a watch strap.
It's
But
not a watch strap.
I really am impressed with this lipo strap. Just need to change this bit a little bit for the clipping in thing. But I'm really liking it. Very, very impressed.
What's the problem with Velcro?
Velcro just dies after about 10 uses. You know.
No.
I'm not a fan of it.
No, it lasts at least
Not a
100
fan.
uses.
Just don't like it.
Depends how dirty the bag is.
Yeah.
The problem
There's
is
got to be a
this.
better way. Yeah,
it's not
that's the
gonna go in.
problem. Is popping it in.
Okay.
But other than that,
Popping it in.
sticking it in. You've got to stick it in somehow.
You always got the popping.
Yeah,
And
sticking it in.
the
So
popping in.
you're going to hear what these gold motors sound like in a minute because they actually sound
Rich is
beautiful.
asking, is it TPU?
What's the
yes, the strap is
Yes.
TPU.
Yeah.
So the
is this
gold
TPU?
motors
okay.
are just so
Nice.
super sweet when you hear them.
It sticks to the battery as well. That.
Yeah, because it's so flat on the inside.
Did you
It's kind
print
of
these?
almost grippy.
Very nice. Wow, so flat.
Okay,
Wow, very nice.
so sorry, I got distracted then. So the Sensi 8 is going to go up in a bit.
Yes.
We're going to have a little fly of that. So between now and then, because it's going to take a minute to
Charge up.
get that little thing charged.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about what we're doing, not next week, but like the week after, but from Monday.
Yeah.
You,
I am. Me.
Tristan, that guy.
No,
up
you're
there.
not invited. It's me. Just me. On the weekend.
No, what weekend? I'm talking about after.
After the weekend. Okay.
What are you going at the weekend?
I'm going to an event.
Are you going to another? This guy just goes to them all. I can't.
I
even
was
keep
invited.
up
Do you know
with
Evolve?
Which one?
Do you know Evolve?
Oh, the skateboarding.
The skateboards.
People. Yeah.
I was invited by the owner to go and.
By the owner of Evolve to go and film them.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to get
Down south.
some.
Oh yeah.
Some of that filming,
Yeah.
which we can talk about. Let's talk about filming them
Let's
for a
talk about
second.
filming. All right.
You went to Latvia.
Yeah, last weekend.
Again, invited to Latvia.
Yes, yeah.
You
yeah,
was.
yeah.
You was asked to go over there.
Well, I kind of asked, but yeah. Well,
So
they
if you go
accepted
to,
my self-invitation.
if you go to Carlos's
Instagram, yeah,
which is Seekendi, see it there, Seekendi. There's a whole host of great, awesome videos on this. Like we do post a fair bit. You do, you sure do. There is this video here.
Show the one before.
This one before.
No, that's a picture. We can
picture.
start slowly. So I went to Latvia.
You went to Latvia
to basically. Well, I contacted a really nice guy that I know from there.
Yeah.
Andy's, and I managed to, because I saw that he does this a lot, and I was like, dude, I need to go and do this, and then I went to meet him, and we went to do some.
And we got this kind of footage.
Yes.
Now, I can't make it bigger. Sorry about that. I can't make the screen bigger.
You can do this.
How awesome is that?
Check out that sound.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
It was quite an experience, and as you can see by the amount of pictures I've been posting,
that was awesome.
it was.
Double A has said Carlito would be the
Carlito.
pilot name, and he's Carlos.
Carlito.
Yeah,
Carlito's fine.
Carlito.
Hey,
Um,
street
but
things, Carl.
this
Got
is
that,
actually-
are we ready?
This is
Yeah,
actually
all of
my
them.
favourite video.
Yeah.
So can we just get a minute for this one?
Okay, go on.
Yeah. What I like about this video is the second scene. So watch out for it.
Second scene.
So this is the first scene. This bit with the cars.
It's quite cool.
Yeah.
You like the intro?
Pretty average, you know, just go through the trees.
It's
with the
nice.
fogs
It's
and
following
stuff.
it. I don't know how he's missing them trees because they're right close. Now this is where I love it. This is where I love it. Look at this. Ever so quiet,
Like a bird.
and then just dropping in. Look at that. Oh, I love it.
It's almost magical.
It
So,
was.
I got a couple of
I killed that
questions.
thing. I didn't notice that. He hit the cone.
I do have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Yeah. My questions are: where was you
Okay.
when you
So
was
relative to
flying
the
that?
car.
All right.
So
so
the cars.
Let me
'cause
show
that's
you.
a fair bit of space, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And oh, I'm not in line of sight with the cars at all. As well.
Yeah, like where was you stood?
So-
Where could you have been?
You'll have to play the video and I can show you.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to play that video again. So let's
So
give it a little bit less sound.
I'm standing exactly where this drone lifts off. I'm just behind
Just
there.
there?
Just there. Yeah.
So now you've gone off
But
to
there's
what-
a bump there on top. So now I'm not flying. I'm flying out of line of sight. And here as well, I'm flying line of sight. I'm just over here to the top right there in that
Okay,
picture.
so you're pointing
So
you're
you can't
pointing
see
over
me.
here
I'm
somewhere.
behind those people.
behind these people to
Yeah.
the right. Yeah.
Now it would have passed through me. Actually, sometimes in the video, you might see a little netting to the side there, just
Okay.
on the right side, going up. That's where I
So
was standing.
judging by the amount of corner here, they must have been going round you a fair bit.
A little
And
bit.
you was in the
yes.
middle
Yeah.
on a hill. I suppose.
Actually, we had to know where we had to come and land.
Yeah.
We had a big DJI sign next to us, and that's where the cue. Like, oh, you turn here.
Guess that was my next question. Was after you've been off there,
How the hell do you know where to turn
rushing
back?
about? Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you find your way home? So you
Yeah,
had
that's
to
it.
look
So-
for these markers.
Exactly. So we had markers on, which was like a big DJI thing next to a flag.
Okay.
So we knew where we had to come in.
Because you're
But
in a
even
forest.
Then, yeah.
Chasing after something. It just reminded me of the
Yeah.
time when we was doing the
Yeah.
we had a little barbecue
Yeah.
and you chased that balloon thing.
Oh yeah. And then it's like, oh.
Yeah, and then hang on
Where
a
am
minute,
I? Yeah.
where are we? So
Well, you can always chase the course back to
I
where
suppose you could follow the road back.
follow the
couldn't
road
you?
back, which was what I had.
But then you'd be coming at traffic then, wouldn't you?
yeah.
Would be another view as well, I suppose.
Well,
but,
there is that view
Art's
as
just
well.
joined us, by the way.
yeah. Hi Art, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
It's funny that you say that because there is that view.
There is that in one of these videos.
No, not
No?
yet. Not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
But there will be that view.
It's coming soon.
And you can't imagine like these actually are pretty empty, empty of fog and debris. But
Okay.
there's videos that I recorded
Yeah.
that I'm literally coming and it's like foggy everywhere because the track is just
So much smoke.
and the smell, the
Yeah,
noise,
yeah,
like
the rubber
everything.
smell. Yeah.
And to make that drop before, there was several.
I love
attempts.
that.
But
okay.
if you notice at the start, when
Yeah.
I'm going up the tree, if
Yeah.
you notice very closely, you can see the cars coming just like a snigger of it, just behind the tree.
Because you
That's
know where
why.
to look, I suppose.
Yeah,
You're-
exactly,
You're
yeah.
seeing it between the trees. You're expecting.
And that's
it.
it's coming now, but you have to mark it. So.
But that's part of experience,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
isn't it? Like,
After a certain time, I was cueing the other guys like when they need to drop because they kept failing, and then they had to catch up a lot to the cars.
okay,
as well.
because they weren't looking where you was looking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's just coming with experience.
Yeah,
'Cause there is a lot to this type of footage. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
Rich, that was me flying.
okay, I can totally appreciate the time team style drone in the
It
sky,
has its place.
slow, but this you couldn't do this
No.
with another camera type system.
No.
You couldn't have it on a crane
No.
or a wire, or there's
Yeah,
no way to capture. So we're in FPV are creating a whole new
Yeah.
viewpoint almost,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Which
whole
is
new tool for cinema
For
and
s-
TV to use.
yeah, like
And
if,
events.
like this next video that I want to show. I get a lot of thrill personally out of this kind of video.
We are ready to fly this.
All right, let me
Yeah.
show this quick it's only very quick.
No,
this video.
finish what we were saying.
But I get a lot of thrill out of this style of flying.
Yeah.
And
Because it
it's
shows
a
something that
long-
it would not be possible otherwise. Like, how would you get
I
this
feel
footage?
like I'm an actual bird when
You'd
I
have to
watch
run around with
this.
a big stick and be
More
really
than-
fast.
In the course.
Really, really.
Yeah, but
Running
more
after
than,
the
but
course.
more than like when you're doing like racing or just flitting about here,
Yeah.
or you're doing a race course. I don't feel like a bird.
No.
I don't have that feeling, that out of body experience
but-
feeling.
Yeah.
But this kind of video that I'm going to now play in the background, credit to Team Black Sheep and Piedmont Proximity. I just think this is utterly wonderful. And if I get a YouTube strike because I show it, then
It's a
oh
Facebook
bloody
video.
well.
It's a Facebook video.
I
They
just-
can't YouTube
Just
you.
take the desktop audio.
But I absolutely, absolutely love this.
Yeah, it's
Um,
beautiful.
So this going down this side, and then when he gets to the bottom and he's flying through the trees and over the treetops, it's so, I don't want to say the word spiritual, but that's what I feel out
Yeah,
of body.
yeah.
That's the FPV that we're clucking for, that I'm going back
Yeah.
every
But
time
this
to
is
try
this
and
is
achieve.
this is like you said, nothing like this has been.
You couldn't do it.
You couldn't do something like this with any other
bit
camera,
of equipment? What, you couldn't do
A
it.
wingsuit.
right? A
Not
wingsuit,
even.
but
And then you might die.
risking death.
It's a little bit risky. It's a little
couldn't
bit
do that.
risky.
A little bit of
You
shot.
couldn't do that with a wingsuit
not
or
the same
anything
way.
like that.
You could try.
Yeah. You know,
And you might die.
there's another
Oh,
one. I don't know. Again, can we show this one?
Huh? Yeah. why not?
Yeah.
Such
so,
a good video.
Just what's the
so
from
this one
Buster
from
Hyperscene?
Buster Hyperscene.
what's is
It's a YouTube
Air Blaster?
Air
Air
Blaster.
Blaster. Yeah.
So Air BLASTR Air Blaster. Again, utterly dreamy, wonderful. This is for me that out of bodiness that the whole FPV is, and that's where I want to be. I love this. Now, where I'm kind of leading this to a little bit, not so much this one, but the one before. There's quite a lot of mountain ranges in different places
Of the world, yeah.
Now let's tie this style. Tie in the. Do you remember the?
You want racing in the mountains?
I want to race down mountains, stages down mountains.
Yeah,
Like
like
pod
big
racing.
stages.
Big
Like
long.
pod racing.
Yeah,
Like
like,
just
like
like
down-
point to point.
point to point.
Point to point, 5-6 different ones down the different mountainside areas.
That would be
Yeah,
interesting.
and that's the race.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So-
Rather than let's put it here in this empty field. Let's
no,
put some
exactly.
gates and-
Landscape racing. So this, where you're bolting it down
Yeah.
through. This is just wonderful, but like the one before, that shows you the speed that's achievable.
Yeah, but couldn't
Yeah.
you just go a bit higher up and then just have a quad that's like ridiculously fast and just go not that close to the.
I would think spec
proximity?
racing as well.
Yeah, no. The importance is the landscape. So
Yeah.
I have to bring you down to that landscape.
Oh, so there are going to be some gates to keep
There
me
will
low?
be
Some natural
not
gates,
so much,
maybe.
yeah, natural
Yeah.
gates or just indicators. I'm not. I don't need to put you through a gate to
But
get
then
what
how
I
are you
want
keeping
out
me low
of you.
then? That's the thing.
A natural thing, an indicator, maybe a bar that you have to, or a pylon that you have to stay under, rather than a
This ice cave
circle.
is-
This is wonderful. Look at this. This shot in particular is just. Oh, look at it. Look. Where'd it go? Where's the 360 one?
You
We've just had
passed
it.
it.
We've
Oh,
finished it.
I missed it.
Yeah,
I was just chatting away about the downhill, but beautiful.
amazing.
I love this. Just totally love it.
Yeah.
So I could see a nice little event like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Anyway, so I just wanted to let that out.
Oh, look
Um,
at that. That reflection.
Which is really.
Ah,
I'll put the link
Love
of
flying
the
over.
video in the description.
yes.
I think
Just-
someone's asking what you were flying, by the way, Carlos, for that stuff.
Oh, for the racing in Latvia.
Yeah.
So I was flying. I started flying with
5-inch quad?
yeah. Well, they were all 5-inch quads.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it was you can't really see the speed there, but they were hauling ass. Like,
yeah, there was a lot
when
of,
I got to the-
travel.
the first time I got to the track, I thought, oh, this is gonna be easy, just like slide on every side. And then I got to the track and like, like
They're drifting at like 40, 50 miles an hour, maybe quicker than that.
maybe more, yeah.
Maybe more.
60.
Yeah,
Maybe more.
it's possible.
Uh,
And the skill, that's another thing that
can
we
you
can
plug
see on
in
the
so I can
video.
check your camera.
That's another thing that we don't see in the video.
Yeah.
The level of skill, because you don't see that the track goes down.
Oh, you don't see the topography.
You don't see the topography with the drone, because obviously I can go as low as I can,
Yeah.
but I can always pop back up, so you're not gonna see that it drops down.
Yeah.
So the first corner, you know, when I'm diving down
Yes.
those trees,
Yes.
that first corner, they can't see the corner.
They can't
Blind
see
corner.
over that corner.
Nope.
That's brave,
They
isn't it?
just go and then turn and like, oh, here's the corner, and there's
So
a
they
stupid
drop
drone here
sideways
Yeah.
over the corner,
Yeah.
over the crest.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just crazy brave.
at that speed.
Okay. All right. Carlos.
Yes. Oh, is it time now?
It's your time to shine.
There's
Please
there's
don't break it.
No.
there's something has been charged up,
No
Carlos.
Right.
Okay, I think there's a lot of people been waiting for this. Can we get some likes and thumbs ups and some loves and all that lot, so we know you're still watching us? Something's about to take off.
Is it Fat Shark 1
Couldn't tell you.
or
Just
Race Pen
search for it
3?
now. Okay.
Do you think it's Race Pen or Fat Shark?
These-
One of okay.
All right. Anyway, so are you ready, people? Here we go.
I think it's Fat Shark 1.
That is the
thank
view
you.
from
Tom's
the
ready.
Sensi
You got-
Super 8.
Tom's not ready for this.
It's in
Here we
stable.
go.
It's gonna get hit.
Acro down, yeah?
Here we
Oh,
go.
there's a cat. Be careful.
Oh, there's a
Watch,
cat.
watch the cat.
Alright.
Watch out for the cat.
Let's not chase the cat.
Watch out for the cat. Where is he? Has he put it outside? He's put it
Yeah.
outside. He's put it
Not
outside.
straight
Oh my
into
God,
the
the,
ceiling. Not straight into the ceiling.
Okay.
The camera's a bit dark though.
Yeah, it's not greatest, but it's
Oh Jesus Christ! It's okay.
Right, sounds like
It's loud, isn't it?
not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all loud.
How does it feel?
Oh, that's all right. Is air mode on? Stop moving my chair, man.
Sorry, man.
Not well, Jem, you went through the thing yesterday. Did we turn it on?
Jen
I-
doesn't know.
Believe that it was maybe on.
So-
you believe it was maybe on? That's useful there, Jen.
So
thanks.
slightly wobbly, but it acts
See,
like
that's
a
what I
quad, you
said
know?
to you earlier, that it looked like it was loose.
But
What's
I'm on
that?
stabilized
Wobble.
so far, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at that sound. Yeah, I think like when you
I
start.
think it
when
needs
you
a bit
start,
of tuning.
No, not that. When you start doing more aggressive maneuvers,
Yeah.
because I think it's using. Well, he thinks he's using only one motor, right? But
Yeah,
in
yeah.
reality, it's not.
Yeah, when you're
So do you
flying
hear
just
that?
smooth, it looks fine. When you're right.
But that's why it
Swing
needs
in
to be
more,
tuned out.
Well, I'm not sure how much you can tune.
Because it's
to
got way more
different-
power than it expects, isn't it?
But it's not just that.
It's where the power's being delivered from,
Exactly.
how that then affects the PID loop.
Yeah. So
Why
I
have you
can-
got a dead black spot right in your screen? Is that dirty screen?
No, I think that's a dead pixel.
All right. So let me come and land and change to acro.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But I mean, it's flying. You know, it's flying.
Yeah.
Oh, it flies. I think it needs a lot more space so that you can
what did
open
you
it
say,
up.
this? Yeah.
Yeah, so that you can open
Oh.
it up.
Air mode. Yeah, air mode is off then.
Are you with me? It needs space.
Whoa.
Yeah, you got height quickly then, Carlos. For the, amount of,
Screaming.
for the amount of thrust you just put on, then you
It's
got
brilliant
height
watching him fly.
very quick.
Oh my god. Oh, the battery's dead.
I
Right.
killed that battery.
I think it was already.
They're
It's
not
pretty
great.
low.
They're quite old batteries, so
Do you have any other battery?
I have.
Okay. Well,
I can hear a lot of wobbles,
Well,
so I'm not sure.
8.9.
Yeah, it's
careful.
10.6 now.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm watching the wrong screen.
Land it in the garden, I think now.
Yeah, you're watching the wrong.
I've got lag.
you've got lag
yeah,
on.
I started off doing
You've got
that
lag
when
on.
he was changing everything.
It's because it's bigger on there. You know.
You've got lag on.
Do you want to try it on 2S, Carlos?
Yeah,
we
we flew actually yesterday. We flew it on 2S, didn't we?
I want to
Yeah,
see
I
the
thought-
motors first.
I
Well, I
thought-
want to feel the motors first.
Oh, he
see.
wants to feel your motors. He wants to feel your motors. So I think that it needs a little tuning because it's got more power than it's expecting.
It's not just that, but yeah, that's
It's
it.
not.
Yeah, it's got more than
Not
it's
bad, are they?
expecting too soon.
So this is a bit hot, but yeah.
Nah, not really. None
If
of
you
them
can
are.
touch it, it's not too hot.
None of
Yeah,
them.
no,
are.
That's
it's
what
not
I
too
said.
hot. It's
He
just
hasn't
like
gone out
you
yet.
can still touch it. For,
He
touch
hasn't
it
said
for
ow
1
yet.
second, It's fine.
So
that's all right.
you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Why
wrong
am
with
I
that at all.
using this part?
I've got no idea.
Because it's
Hairy.
the sensitive part.
Because you like tasting.
I use my
right?
nose when I'm
Do you
going
lick
for
the
heat.
nose
Nose?
seductively?
Yeah, when I'm doing heat, like if I've got my soldering iron or something.
Then you're gonna burn your nose.
No, because I bring it near my nose. I bring
I
it
use the tip
here,
of something
and I
else.
know that I can feel the heat
No, but here it's
really
protected.
close.
I'm protected
I'm
by.
gonna gloss
Oh,
What?
yeah.
You're gonna burn your things? No,
Yeah, I just shave it off after.
I do my nose. I do my nose. Where do you guys do?
I
Where
use
do
my
you
lip.
find your heat? The lip?
Do you want to ask
You
that
burn
question?
your
Just
lip or
below
you-
the lip,
Yeah, kinda
not the
like-
lip. Just
Really?
below.
Do you want to ask that
I
question?
go for my nose.
You
Huh?
still kind of hit it.
Does
a
he really
little
want to
bit.
ask that
I go for my
question?
nose. So I think are you
Just a
putting it up on
Just the
2S
tip,
now?
so-
It's a 2S.
A 2S.
Okay, let's see it on 2S.
Ooh.
I still think you got to do a little tune. Yeah,
Well,
you
I can check like.
I think you need to nub it down.
450. 2S.
Yeah, I think you need to nub it
So, and
down.
this is my lipo rather than
Yeah,
nanotech.
yeah.
So it's
Well,
real.
there you go.
Alright,
A
so-
much better
Do
battery.
you understand what you do?
I was giving it a little pid. He's giving it a little.
I'm gonna do like
Can I
on pit
pinch
profile too,
a
just.
packet of Haribo still?
I would say, what? Maybe P
Can't believe you
lower,
asked.
No, it's sort of just in person.
I
Do you want-
Are you
lower,
feeling bad about it?
do you want?
D higher.
What, cat?
So while he's doing that, can I just mention that Tom is in the background, quietly fixing the fiddling away with
I
the
think he's just
landscape.
driving, having fun. I don't think he's fixing
Oh,
it.
is he not fixing it?
It's all worked now. It's working.
Are you sure?
I
Test
want
it.
for a
drive
Jeep.
it now.
Test
for a
it with a
Jeep.
longer
I don't know if
car.
this should be
You need to
higher.
give me one.
Yeah, test it with a longer car. Because your little short car seems to have made a difference. So yeah, Tom's in the background just fiddling away in the on the landscape, let's call it.
Beautiful then.
Yeah, a little bit of micro core section. And what we've done is we've pulled the pins out of the box. So instead of them being side by side, they're end on end. And I'm not even sure how we can show you that.
We can. Someone can grab a drone and just point it there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Dino,
Yes.
can you pick that drone up
Point it at the
and
landscape.
point it at the landscape so that whilst in the background, there you go.
Can you see that?
That's it. Get in real close. That's it.
What, like we're flying it?
There you go. See, that's the landscape.
Ah!
Hi Andy, thanks for joining us. Right now we are just waiting for Carlos to do a bit of tuning on the Sensi Super 8 that Dino created and built. So have a little fly. We had a little fly on 3S and now we're going to have a little fly on 2S.
It's good. Look at the size of that track. It's insane.
And yeah, because you've put it end on,
Yeah.
you see?
Can you see it all?
You put it end on, yeah.
You can't even see the next part.
You know, I love it. So
All right,
there's that one.
let's try 2S then.
And where's the other track? Where's the other course?
We haven't taken it out.
Oh, you got to take the pins out of that one. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos feels that he's ready. And off he goes. That seems a bit more comfortable, doesn't it, in 2S?
How's the sound?
Yeah.
That sounded like a flip.
What?
It's so ridiculous.
I don't know
Doesn't
if you
sound
guys...
so fluttery, is it?
He's done a bit of pids on it.
Yeah, he did a bit of
Definitely
tuning.
doesn't sound so fluttery.
No, a bit. It was jittery, wasn't it?
Because it was just overpowered. That's, you know, I keep saying it. Yeah, 8 motors there, Andy.
It's quite heavy.
There's 8 motors going on. And so we're running 1 flight controller and 2 4-in-1 ESC boards. So 1 flight controller, technically 8 ESCs.
Crazy.
That's quite a lot of ESCs. And it seems to be working very, very well.
Well,
So you've got a frame. Carlos is
I wouldn't
grumbling.
say very, very well.
Carlos, well, it is working,
Yeah.
but he's not liking the flying dynamics.
You got rattle. You got rattle.
Okay.
Ready?
You might have hit something.
We're good. We're good. We're good. I think you just took a branch on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he cut a branch and took it with him.
It's like a wasp.
That's terrifying.
But it's not doing like weird noises now, is it?
No.
Whoa! Stop me!
But what's the punch like? Extra Felix, extra powery?
No,
Is it?
not really.
Is it no? You're not feeling any more?
No. Well,
Like
but
it
I'm
does
on,
look like it's flying better.
I'm on 2S now. Yeah, it's less jiggly, I guess.
Alright, so if we tried you in a bit on a 3S lipo, would we know?
Kill Tristan,
Are you
kill
with me?
Tristan,
Look
kill.
out! Look out!
Are you with me, Carlos? Because
Kill.
now
Kill.
now that
Kill.
see, they've just gone lunatic.
Alright, let's try.
Now that you've tuned it, do you not think the 3S will fly a bit better?
I don't know.
I should have another one if you want to try.
Yeah.
Like, my question is, being that every motor's got its own ESC,
It's not. It's the
is
signal.
that not twice as fast?
No, no. What? No. That's not how it works.
Terrifying.
Why not? Is it not 50%
So
faster?
first of all, this is 2-inch, right?
2-inch props.
Yeah.
2-inch props.
Should be 2.5-inch.
So if we on the Sensi 3-inch, we'll be able to put 2.5-inch props on.
Hang
Yeah.
on, you could have put the gem fans on there. Why did you take them off? They were 2.5, weren't they?
No, no.
No,
Gem
they
fan
were
is
2.
40. It's 2.
They were 2s as well. They're the same size.
2.5-inch props.
So we're going to have to wait for the Sensi 3.
You will notice a lot more.
Yeah.
Because it feels like, well, it was 2S now, but it felt a bit heavy.
Heavy.
On 2S.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm.
I want
But it's
you
also a
to try
bit
it on
like-
3S now that you've tuned it. Yeah.
I haven't
Sorry,
tuned
sorry,
it.
hang on.
I just
sorry.
I just changed a
Give them
couple of
bits
things.
Smoky screen, sorry.
Yeah, but still.
Come back to us. Come back to us. We are
Yeah,
here.
it's a little bit
We are
less,
here.
I'm just trying to turn around here.
less like wobbly with the.
After the tune.
Sounded a lot
Yeah.
better.
That's the issue as well. But still.
After the
But it
tune.
needs it needs a
I
lot
do
more.
think you need more space though.
Huh?
I think you need like a bigger area.
Yeah, for
to be
these
able
type
to
of
open it
quads,
up.
like it's like a 2.5-inch, right? When you
gonna-
put 3S on, it doesn't fit here anymore.
Yeah, you're going to struggle to open that up.
That's almost easier.
But so just for the fun of it,
Particularly if you ride
um,
Tense finger. Oh, rabbit!
Rabbit, how you doing?
And no stress. Hey,
Thanks
no
for joining
stress.
us. But just for the fun of it,
Oh, he's on Lego Park. So this is one of the fellas that I was in Latvia.
from Latvia.
Yeah.
Hi, no stress. How you doing? I don't know what your real name is.
I'm gonna squeeze
Um,
past behind you.
but that was an awesome
It's,
event.
Udis.
We
Udis.
absolutely loved it.
Uh,
We've been just showing a minute ago. We were showing Carlos's videos back from there, and now he's flying. He's on 3S now. Here we go.
Oh, battery's
Batteries,
flashing.
yeah.
Already.
Yeah, battery's not good.
Well, it's
They are quite old, them batteries.
Oh,
you've
Yeah.
crashed. He's crashed. Oh no,
He's in
don't
the
show
bush.
that.
landed.
He's in the bush. He's in the bush.
Let's see if it-
Can't tell where you are though.
He
just
landed
yeah, just in the
in the
what's
middle
it called?
between
Yeah.
the two gardens.
Yeah.
So he's from Lego Park. Ligo or Lego?
Lego, I guess.
Lego.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a park that we were flying when we were when I was there for one of the days. It's a very small park. It's very very tiny. But
okay.
it's nice. It was a nice park. It
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a couple of dives and do you have another 3S?
I have, but do you want me to plug it into the charger just to top it up? To check?
Nah.
Carlos don't give a
Just Carlos just stick it in. He doesn't care. He
He
doesn't
just
care.
sticks it in and rips it.
Oh no.
Okay, so great racetrack. I think it was a wonderful event, to be honest with you. And what I'm interested in, did the drifty people ask the drone people to come, or did the drone people ask the drifty people?
So
if they
there is
could?
the organization.
Yeah.
Is brilliant. They open up the chance for pilots to come and film, for FPV pilots, or well, for
who's
drone
the
pilots.
organisation? What do you mean by that?
The
Explain that.
organization of the drifting.
The drifting.
Says, the
said,
drifting organization opens up.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, I know, right? Says like,
If you want to come and film it,
you have to have an accreditation, so
Yeah, yeah.
you
to
send
make
in
sure
your
it's
forms
safe,
or
but
whatever.
they're accepting that they.
Yep. Very
Wow,
cool.
that's-
Yeah.
Shouldn't it really be a paid gig?
And so what
So you
some
need
of
to
these
be
pilots do is they
compensated for
do the recording and then they contact the driver saying, "Oh, would you like your footage? Maybe you can
that
pay
kind
or
of deal.
something."
Okay.
Strangely enough, the drift pilots that spend thousands and thousands go like, "Oh, 30 quid for an awesome video. I can give you
It's
5."
funny, isn't it? It's always like that. It's
So
very
weird,
funny.
isn't it?
The
It's
perception
very,
of
very
value is
funny.
very off base.
Yeah.
3S, my life. Don't know what
See
they're
this,
like.
see this drawer
Yeah,
here?
we need to transition.
Bottom right
Yeah,
hand.
it's good now.
Sorry.
Yeah, is that
Oh,
right?
oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, battery's dead already.
Yeah, I'm going to charge up on my life.
No, charge up a My Lipo. What are these dodgy
My
brands you're
Lipo.
bringing in here?
At Drone
Stop
Junkie.
bringing in these dodgy lipos, bros. Like,
all the bad flying lipos you've seen so far on the stream have not been.
Everything that you've seen die early has
They're-
not been a my lipo for
They're
sure.
paternity nanophiles.
So I don't
Yeah,
know
so-
what the hell.
What I was saying while we wait for the batteries
Yes,
to charge.
like I'm very impressed by that. Like, so they've accepted that.
Switch.
Oh, sorry. They've accepted
Yes.
that drone footage,
Yeah.
FPV footage,
Yeah.
is
But
a
not
very
only
good
FPV.
thing.
There's other types of
What do you
drones flying there.
The static ones.
Static ones. Yeah. I got to fly a Mavic.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I had a really good video from the Mavic that you would not supposed to expect that the Mavic could do that, but I managed to get it. I think it's because now speaking of another thing, flying a Mavic for me is harder than flying this.
Well, it's all very slow and precise.
It's not just
and-
slow because it's like you're like go and then it goes, stop, and then it
Oh,
stops.
okay.
And to a certain
Oh,
extent, but you
oh.
just adjusted that pretty quickly.
Yeah, but you're always like, oh, it's 1,000
You think you've
thousand
got there's a little bit of
pound
lag.
equipment that you haven't used for God knows how long, and you're like,
It's only
oh,
like 20 quid to insure for the year. It's fine. I don't have any fear when I was a Mavic. I put them in all sorts of stupid places.
Really?
Go
No.
up in the rain.
So
when you've
I
got the
had
insurance,
I had
you-
the Mavic
Yeah.
follow through the whole track.
Yeah.
The car drifting.
That would be awesome.
I did it.
That would be very awesome.
Yes.
So when
And-
is that video coming out?
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. Okay.
But the best videos
that
are
would be
obviously
awesome.
with the quad. And someone asked what I was flying. I was flying a TBS Oblivion.
Okay. Trappy would be
Really?
happy.
Very old. But yeah.
Trappy would be very
That's-
happy.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
that was the backup quad.
hmm
My good quad failed
Because
after we got a failsafe
died in the sky.
What, on Crossfire?
on Crossfire
Really?
Wow.
in front of us.
Wow.
3 people, 3 different people with 3 different quads.
Or with
Same
Crossfire?
thing.
3 different crossfires.
Yeah. Failsafe.
Supposedly the most stable.
I
failsafe.
think something else like
Something else was transmitting
yeah
there.
maybe at some point because
So
it was
this
very
is-
odd because after the last one then no one else had.
This is
had,
interesting. This
failsafe.
is why I felt that the RF Explorer,
yeah
even though it's a bit of an expensive bit of kit,
Yeah.
is very useful
Mhm.
because you can't see radio waves.
Mm.
You don't
Speak for
know
yourself.
what's going on
You've
out
got
there.
special powers.
Yeah, you don't know
Yeah.
what's going on out there.
Yeah.
So if you just had something like that,
you'd be able to maybe analyze it.
you would.
But then
because
the RF Explorer checks all frequencies or
you can get different ones. You can
Okay.
get ones
Oh.
that does 5.8 and ones that does 2.4. One that does both. But
but this is
point
not
being-
this is something else. It's the Crossfire is
yeah, but it's just a frequency.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
just scanning the channels
Yeah.
and seeing what's out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'd have a bit more info.
Mm.
You know, like particularly with the downhill stuff. I think about this a lot.
Yeah.
Like, where are you as a pilot?
Yeah.
You'd have to be over there.
Yeah, exactly over here.
Yeah,
So
but
you're
you
looking
don't.
toward the
But
quad.
all right, but you get that in a valley. You
Mhm.
wouldn't get that on a mountain side. Do you see
Be
what
on
I
a
mean?
balloon.
Something, you know.
Yeah.
Would it work for us if you was right down the bottom of the mountain, but on a bit of a
Pedestal
platform
or
tower?
something. Yeah, maybe.
How
yeah.
would you
Yeah.
measure that
Mhm.
for where you need to be for that downhill flight?
So
you know?
Udis is mentioning a couple of things.
Yes.
That, well, they build their own cars, obviously, to
Yes.
crash them.
Yes,
And there's not much risk for them.
in
Just- yeah.
crashing.
No, and us being there and filming. That's why they allow it.
You just bounce off, wouldn't you?
Do you
Yeah,
understand?
I've said this many
the
times.
drone
Like,
There's a
Response
video
off,
recently
you know.
where the drone crashed into the car. Did you see that today?
and it ain't going to do
Someone
nothing to
posted
the
it.
car.
It
What's it
crashed
going to do?
inside the car, and the dude in the car's like holding the quad, and then puts it back out the window, and the guy takes back off and just carries on filming. it.
Crashed into it,
Yeah.
or he flew into it. Like,
I don't know. It might have been.
One of the two.
It didn't look that deliberate, but
Okay.
but
he
yeah,
managed to disarm very quickly and not chop up this guy. He landed in his lap,
Yeah.
so-
it
So
is-
I wanted to do a couple of things there, but I didn't get the language barrier as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose.
I didn't manage to talk to the pilots because I wanted to do a lot more stuff with them, but yeah, at the end I didn't manage to. But there's other opportunities for that. I'm sure.
Dude, you just keep touring, and
Yeah.
there will be. Yeah, you just keep touring. And
I want to go under a car, which I did.
you did that to Tristan's car.
No, under a drift car.
Oh, while it's
With the
drifting
work.
Yeah. Well, I've done
Through-
that.
through the smoke.
You crushed quite a few whoops of
I
cars.
think you
haven't
mean under
Huh?
under it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
It's going.
yeah. 2, 3.
Well, I'd
Two.
imagine there'd be a lot of
Two,
smoke.
two.
That's-
Oh, a very curious thing
I
that
quite
you
like
don't
the
even
idea
think.
of
Like
doing
you,
that wind
this
taking
is experience now.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're chasing a car, you know all that smoke that you see.
Yeah.
If you get on the smoke, you're basically screwed.
You can't get out.
You can get out, but it's like
with the air.
maximum
Oh,
turbulence. Maximum
Really?
turbulence.
Really? I didn't
Yes.
think it would be that powerful.
Maximum turbulence. Like
I
on
suppose
the,
it's not clean, is
you
it?
have to hold the quad
It's
there.
not clean air.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the
It's
rubber
very,
burning,
very dirty air.
the rubber burning in the floor,
Mm.
and just
So
evaporating,
for the
really.
stuff, you should come to one of the training events. So it'd be easier to arrange it.
Yes.
Then.
Yeah,
that
I'm
makes
I'm
sense.
definitely going back to Latvia, and if anyone wants to go to Latvia,
Mate.
I thoroughly recommend it. It's an
I'll join
awesome
you.
place, filled with amazing people. Like
Yeah.
these guys, Andis and Udis, just
Mhm.
said, oh yeah, stay at my house,
Just
no
come.
no
Really?
problem.
Very,
Oh, man.
Here,
very
have some
hospitable.
food. Do you want to fly in my garden? He has Udis has 3D printing. Well, he's trying like it's like sort of not business for
Okay.
serious, but
Print farm.
yeah, print
Yeah.
for, and he does amazing job with printing. I have to give him some
When
kudos.
people can balance that table nicely and
Yeah.
get it printing,
It's
it
beautiful.
is
Beautiful.
beautiful
Like
stuff.
this, like what you should
Yeah.
just show me now.
Oh,
I
the strap.
couldn't believe that was.
They come out
3D
with the
printed.
straps. Just
Yeah,
got
when it
just
comes out
over
nice.
them.
All right, so I've got another
Yes.
question about this
Yes.
driving thing, right? Now, all right, I'm not, the world's best pilot, so I might be asking a really stupid
You
question
are,
now.
Jen, one of the world's.
But it interests me because when you're following him
Yes.
and he's going around that corner,
Yes.
and then you've turned to look at him.
Yes.
What are you looking at?
So
Because
this
you're
is
now going
Is it
backwards.
almost a natural thing though?
Yeah, like do you
Just
understand?
more or
What's
less.
what's the
More or less.
mechanics
Because of how
of,
much
so
you've flown.
it's very hard to
where are you
to
looking?
get on the left side of the car.
On the left side, to the
So
outside
if you
side.
can
So
put in this
Let's-
picture.
this picture.
Yeah, you need to change to the right. view.
Okay, all right. Give me a second. Hang on.
Yes.
So this picture.
For example,
so if I'm on this side,
It's
so
very hard to get on the left side. It's possible. I have
On the
several tips
outside
on
of
the
the
outside of
corner.
the car. Yeah,
because why?
because you're speeding up with the car, right?
Yeah.
It's going super fast.
Okay.
And when you're turning this way,
Yeah.
suddenly you're not speeding up with the car. You actually you have to, in order to speed up with the car that way, you have to go blind into
Hang
a
on,
corner
Let
sideways.
me just show you what he's talking about.
So
'cause
with
it,
a lower
it,
camera angle, help
it
you
was
with
all
that,
it was
though.
all
Then by the
buckled
time
then
you're-
for a second,
you
but
could-
like
No,
dip
because
back
then
a
you
little.
don't have. Then
You
you'd
need
be
the
looking
ability
you
down.
need
get
the
the
speed.
speed,
yeah.
You need more camera.
My
for
camera
speed.
angle was insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What
Yes,
about?
like insane,
Just to
insane.
be able to-
Like,
Okay.
I don't know,
Just to
60.
catch
I
up.
don't know if you've seen, but there's people now playing around with cine quads where they
Yeah.
have the GoPro and stuff on a
Yes.
servo, right?
We'll talk
Yeah.
about that
Levels
in a
out.
second. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you could do that with the FPV cam as well, and even have it either on a thing or
I don't think it
That could help.
works.
I don't know if you
Mm,
can be able to fly
no.
like that with
Yeah, it's
the
very
drone
very,
moving
very odd.
around
Yeah.
differently to the camera.
there'd be
Yeah.
a way of making it work. I'm sure.
That would
It's
be weird.
it's hard already to
I don't know if that would work.
to do this, but
And-
I have
yeah,
I
chase
have
footage is a lot of fun.
I have crazy
Don't look
videos
at me.
where, because I thought like, oh, you always chase the car,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I wanted more,
Okay.
so I started chasing one, and then I would jump to the other one, and then I would
back.
jump back to the other one, like to get all different angles
That's
for the
nice.
pictures.
That's nice. So, but hang on.
Yeah.
Facebook stream died.
Oh,
You
Oh,
was
did it?
doing.
No.
You was doing
Yeah.
one particular corner, wasn't you? Over and over and over again.
Several corners, yeah, but yes,
Okay, what, a series of 2 or 3 corners?
3 corners, yeah.
3 corners.
Yeah.
But it was the same.
One very long one.
So what I'm trying to get to is you kind of got used to that path anyway.
Oh yeah.
And now you're just playing with the direction you're flying along that path.
because they're
Correct,
taking a
yes.
relatively
Isn't it,
quick
really?
thing,
So
right?
the
Yeah,
first
right.
couple of lipos are just for you to get
That's
acquaintance of what you can and can't do,
how wide it is, where
how wide
it turns,
it is, where's the turns.
where's
There's a
the
couple
tree.
of cables as well
Yeah.
in the middle of the track,
Yeah,
so you have to always fly lower
Yeah.
than that.
So this, what I'm trying to get to is this
Yeah.
isn't just I've turned up and
Turned
I've
up
got
and
awesome footage.
no.
This is I've turned up. I've had 3, 5, 8 lipos
Yes.
without even a car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've also got
no,
how
with
many
cars,
years
but
of
on the
experience
So
training,
I'm
yeah.
not
driving
really
back
trying to
up.
follow. You know what I mean? It's just
Yes.
like, I'm just up and I'm just da.
A lot of people go like, I
And
would love to
then-
chase cars. It's not.
It's not so easy,
It's
is
not
it?
as simple as
It's
just
not
like
so easy.
turning up and like, oh yeah, let's go chase the car. First, because this is a competition.
Yep.
So if you screw up,
Yep.
you're screwing them up.
Yeah.
And so you have to be
get in their way,
professional
don't
about
you?
it.
Yeah, you get in their way.
You have to be professional about it.
Yeah.
And then
Hang on, I'm
you're
transitioning the wrong thing.
and
Sorry.
then you're working with very fast moving vehicles that are outside of your control.
Yeah.
So that means that you have to have control for your quad,
Yeah.
and you have to know what the control for the other car is.
Or what you're expecting them to be.
Yeah, it's all about
So-
physics, right? But
okay.
you have to understand, you have to know how the car drifts and what happens when it doesn't drift.
I can get that. But I'm sure they're very, very good drivers. I'm
They
not having
are.
a go
Yeah,
at any of these
it's
drivers,
extremely good.
but I'm sure they faffed up a few times.
Oh yes, I have crashes. I have one in particular that the guy just crashed straight into the tires, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be like a light crash, and all of a sudden the car goes like boom and turns all the way around in the.
Well, they're going at fast speed, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
You got to put that video up as well.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? So, like, to
insane.
see,
From a drone's perspective.
Yeah.
yeah, but to see that's just awesome. Do you know what I mean?
And there was one car that almost killed me.
I know.
Well,
What, you or the drone?
the quad.
Okay.
Because I was in a corner, waiting like the first corner. I loved waiting there because you can see the cars coming, starting to drift, and then you
Yeah.
can just chase them as they're still drifting.
So you're just
yeah?
hovering.
So I just hover in the corner, and one of the cars just let loose and came towards me, and all of a sudden I see like a bumper right next to my virtual face.
See, he didn't know nothing about you. He's
I
just
don't
doing
know.
his own
Yeah,
line.
he's just doing his own line. He can't even see because the bent is
Yeah.
blind.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
so he's
okay.
turning,
yeah.
and all of a sudden I was like, oh, a car, and I seriously only had time to like, boo, out of it.
Just to get away.
I think I might have like just grazed with a prop slightly on his hood just to get out of it. But you need to have
Wow.
that
That's awesome.
There is a
Quick,
good Instagram video of someone chasing drift car and he goes through the spoiler.
Oh
Whilst
yeah,
they're
I
drifting.
saw
Did
it.
you
Yeah.
see?
But those are very slow drifting.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like this. This is
because that thing they call it the. Actually, I got a hat. He liked it very much.
Well, it's a good colour.
Huh?
It's a
What
good
does it
colour.
say?
Witch kettle.
Yes.
Witch
So
kettle.
I think it's a wrong pronunciation of witch cauldron.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because the place looks like a giant cauldron.
Interesting.
So in order for you to drift all of that,
Yeah.
you can't be going slow.
No.
You have to be like flooring all the way through. Actually, I heard like all the cars were like red line
Because it's a
past
big
red
curve.
lining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very big curve. You got to
So-
carry that speed through.
Exactly. So they're not going particularly like. That's why when I got there, I was like, oh shit,
This is faster than I expected.
this is much faster than I expected because drift cars like the one that you're about to
Yeah,
show me, I'm guessing,
a bit slower.
is a lot slower than that was.
Yeah.
That was
So I'm about to show a video.
Yes.
That's what Carlos is looking at.
Can we show this video?
You can. This is one of my customers. This
Okay.
is Jeek. This is up in Scotland.
Okay, excellent.
So you'd have to talk to him. He's got a Facebook page, and the thing's called Driftland.
Driftlands, yes.
Yeah. And this
I
is
saw it.
Driftland TV. Yeah. This is just one of their videos, and I just want to show the point that it is possible. There are drift places even in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's loads.
Do you know what I mean?
It would be nice to have some sort of accreditation for pilots that want to do this type of thing as well.
This is it. So Jeek is
look,
definitely
look,
into it.
This
Jeek is definitely into
very
it.
slow.
But yeah, it's a very different proposition from what you was doing. And for
But
me,
it looks, yeah.
what you was doing was a lot harder because of the amount of trees.
Trees are
That's-
the trees were not in the equation.
They didn't feel because I'm looking
For
at
me,
that.
no.
I'm looking at that thinking, geez, there's a lot of trees there.
No, the
Although
trees
these
for
folks
me
are on
the
didn't really
road,
fit
isn't
in the
it?
equation.
Really
the things
far
that fit
away
in the
enough from
equation-
from the thing.
Yeah. the ones that fit in the equation was the line that was hanging all over the course in several places.
Like phone line type
Yeah.
wires. Yeah. Okay.
And the getting like close enough to the cars so you can get like really nice shots without them going like,
Without them
whoa,
bumping you, or hitting
Well,
you out.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, look, this is a great little track
nice.
up in Scotland. If you can Driftland, go to their video. It's Driftland TV.
I think they should get us up there.
I would love to go up there
Yeah.
and go and have a little view. He's one of my customers. They've having a couple of little micro bits and pieces off
There
of me
you go.
recently. That's how I found it. I love it. Yeah. That's why I want to go up there.
Road trip, yes.
Yeah, nice little
Thomas
road
is saying
trip.
road trip.
Jeek, I don't know if Jeek's watching. He might be. Maybe someone knows Jeek. Let him know.
Oh, look at that.
that we
Witch
love it.
Kettle is one of the most dangerous tracks in Europe.
Oh dear. Okay,
So I started off good.
yes, you started at the best one. So I'd love to go and just chase.
Yeah, but see, on this course, for example, it will be a lot easier for you to go on the opposite side of the car doing the
Outside
You can fly blind without having to worry about I'm going to hit a tree or a cable.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is that those trees scared me.
It was more about the
What about building a
speed that they're
cheetah
going.
pod where you can switch which way the camera's looking, so you can
like
fly
from the back.
Fly so you're looking backwards and then flip to a camera looking.
Well, you can end up just wanting to put a 360 on it and just go.
That
that
360 will be easier.
work really well though.
Yeah. They give you
You
a
see,
funny
like these
view.
shots can be much lower to the ground as well.
So your track you
Yeah.
went to is more downhill. Almost.
Time for a bad landing.
Oh
shit!
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Oh.
Oh dear! Oh, no, I've got to show this. Oh dear! That's terrible. Oh dear!
Time
Look.
for a bad landing. Boom.
Oh dear! Oh, that's not good. I think he phoned me right after that. That's terrible. So that's
very good.
Is that Jeek? That looks like Jeek. Okay. So yes. So if anyone else knows of any drift track like Tom's going, there's loads of them. Let us.
Are they?
Maybe we can get something more going. Like I know there's everyone going on about commercial interest and all this and pay me, but don't get me wrong. You had a bloody good time.
It was
whether or not you gave them your
experience.
bit of footage makes no difference to you.
No, to me no.
Like at the end of the day, it's an experience thing.
Exactly.
Do you see what I mean? And in places like this,
it is maybe the first couple of times.
Yeah.
If you're doing it quite.
Right, but then someone else will go there.
Yeah,
but then you've got someone else, and then someone else.
If you hadn't been put up by someone and looked after with food,
it would be a lot. Yeah, exactly.
It's a different experience to that. But if you're doing that and you're just be expected to show up, have your own hotel and feed yourself and all this kind of thing, you need to be getting paid.
Yeah, but this is what. Wait.
Depends on what you want.
I'm not asking for that.
Depends on what you want from it.
I'm not asking for random people turning up and filming. No, I'm asking for the places that have the race
to allow
to do what Latvia done.
Yes.
And say, okay, people are going to want to fly. Come, tell us what channel, who you are, what your thing is. Yeah, where's your insurance? But anyone can come, kind of thing.
And you promote the place, even if the race pilots say, no, I don't want the footage because you're paying too much. But maybe they want the footage and they are willing to pay for the race squads guy to go there.
But I don't think that the money part of it is the important part.
No.
I think that there's a lot that you got out of flying there.
Definitely, yeah.
Even if I went with my own set of skills and got shitty footage, I'd still get a lot out of flying.
I think if I went there and I didn't fly, I would have a great time. That's how good it was.
Even just going there.
Just going there and watching the car. It's something insane.
Things like that, and then there could be other ones. There could be a different thing, like rally. Yeah, that would be impossibly very hard to fly. Do you know what I mean? It'd be really hard. Because they're going bat out of hell kind of speed. But other kind of stuff. So if there's anything people can think of with that kind of mindset kind of thing.
3 drift tracks just in and around London.
Look at that, 3 drift tracks Tom's just brought in, just in and around London. So if anyone knows these drift tracks, we'll have a go. I'd love to. Any lipos charged, Dino?
It is charging. It's near 11.7 at the moment.
So,
well, I want to talk about something.
Okay, Carlos wants to talk about something.
Yeah. You know the... Huh? Are you shutting up?
Yeah.
Tristan, thank you
Good
very
to
much.
see you.
Sir
Good luck with the
Tristan,
rest
Say
of
bye
the
to the
podcast.
people.
Say bye to the
Bye
people.
bye everybody.
Tristan's off.
Look after Carlos. He's fragile.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that fragile.
What was your next subject?
So, the footage that you were showing before, the Cinewhoop.
The Cine type downhill one.
Both of them, like the
Okay,
Cinewhoop.
yeah.
Mostly more the
Slow
the
level,
slow one.
the
yeah?
level flight
Yeah, the
is
level
for
flight.
me what I would class as Cine work.
Yes. So I started.
As soon as you start flipping, it's not Cine.
Yeah, I started experimenting now with bigger cameras
Okay.
and actual bigger Cinewhoop as well.
Okay.
That,
What do you mean bigger cameras?
so GoPro 7
Okay.
rather
right.
than
Okay.
but a 3-inch Cinewhoop.
Yeah.
And it opens up so the videos I sent to you, I
Yeah.
don't know if you can show them in
That would be in the Facebook thing,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? We can do it from there.
it's quite a different from the original footage that you have.
I'm going to be honest. You're going to have to explain it to me because I couldn't see much difference.
Really? I'll show you.
Yeah. But that was just me.
You can
Can I access them from here?
Yes.
So which one do you want first?
You can show these two.
These two.
Yeah. You have to open one first.
It's not opening.
No. Broken it.
I've broken it. I've broken it. Oh,
there
here
we go. Yeah.
Okay. So which one you want? This one?
Yeah, this one first.
Okay.
Is it playing?
Not yet. I have to transition first.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
So see, you can't notice
Is
like
that
the
a bit of
wobbliness.
rain there? What's this here? Like a shadow?
No, that's just me pointing at the screen. So
okay.
Disregard that. That's just me
Okay.
literally pointing at the screen.
Okay.
But you can see, surely you can see a little bit of little tweaks and twerks every now and again, right? It's
like
fairly level, but it's not
grainy infill.
Huh?
Are you talking about the flying or the
flying.
grain?
No, forget the quality. Because this was literally
Okay.
filmed from a laptop screen.
Okay.
But the quality of flying, like it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Long low passage.
Yeah, but see, like a little twerk here, there.
That's not good.
Right. Now, if you can put the other one.
Let's put the other one.
So this is with what's it called? GoPro 6, and then stabilized via
post filming.
Yeah, post
production.
Stabilized with the Real Steady.
Oh, I've heard of Real Steady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, there's no wiggly woggly. It's all very neatly. See, even the turning. See,
there was a twitch there before, I think.
Now I understand. When you sent that earlier, I'm looking at the quality of the picture, thinking
no. Forget about the quality.
So that's the same bit of footage.
Same bit of footage. See, there's no
that massive twitch out.
Yeah.
Just been recorded.
Yeah.
So what are you saying that this Real Steady is very good for us then?
Yes. So now this uses the gyro of the GoPro 7 camera. Analyzes
actively.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah, it reads the metadata from the file.
Plugs. Okay, it's not plugging in.
No. It reads that. So whenever the GoPro 6 and the 5 and the 7, but I think the 6 is slightly better, the gyro, records the gyro movements that the camera is doing.
Wait.
In the metadata of the file itself.
It's got its own gyro?
Yeah.
The camera's got its own gyro.
Yeah, that's why when you turn it, it knows that it's turned left and right.
Of course, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Yeah. So it reads that gyro information from the camera file.
And records it at the same time.
Yeah, it's inbuilt into the video file, right?
Yeah.
And then this program goes and reads that, and it knows, when he's doing this and this jitter, actually, he was at this tilted, blah blah blah. So we can just crop all that shit out and just put it straight and put the horizon in level.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why it looks so good.
Don't you just love technology? don't you seriously? No, I'm amazed by what can be done.
Yes.
Like it's just amazing. Like just from that gyro data, a little bit of extra metadata, like it's nothing.
But it's nothing. But you know that means that the program knows what you are doing. Right?
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Now, wouldn't it be nice?
Maybe.
If we had this on other cameras that not GoPro. But wait. Oh, if you have like a run cam, it doesn't have a gyro. Oh no. Where could we find a gyro?
Couldn't they just plug it into the flight controller?
High five.
So what you're saying now?
Yes, is we could have this Cinewhoop real steady capability
Yeah.
possibly
That GoPro offers you.
on everything.
Are you listening, China?
it
Are you listening?
just needs a little click, you know, from someone somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you the click.
So what you're saying is that this Happy Model Diamond VTX style thing,
No, that doesn't have any gyros.
but it could take a gyro reading.
It could, yeah.
What would it take for the flight controller to give this a gyro?
Oh, it's already doing that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But neither you are.
It's already doing that versus via black box. So you just need something that says the video starts here on the black box. Yeah.
Mm.
And then it ends here. So you have that information from black box. You just export it through your flight controller and
see how we change. Do you see how we're changing the world? China, listen to this. This is a
now
bloody
imagine
good idea.
that, huh?
And imagine that with no SD card and it's onboard recording. Oh, I'd love that.
Yes, that
Anyway,
would be good.
go on. Imagine
That's the next step, hopefully. But imagine that you can get anything that has, a split or whatever, like
holy shit! So
that has like vibrations or
minute.
everything. Well, maybe
does it
not
do that
vibrations, but
actively?
what?
This stabilization.
So
Or
the
does it
GoPro
only in post.
No, it's only in post.
So we can't use it. What
As
I
you're
was
flying.
thinking.
You can't
no,
use it while you're
no,
flying.
no. What I was thinking is when I shrink cars.
When you what?
Cars. Brum brum cars.
Yeah.
They get very bouncy.
Yes.
So if I could stabilize that bounce while we're driving our little tiny cars, it'd be easier to drive.
Oh no. This is only post.
So it has, okay.
This is only
leave it for now.
Yeah.
Leave it.
This is only to use.
Buzzing out.
To use. Imagine that you can use, instead of getting like GoPro 7 and stuff, you can use a lot more smaller stuff.
Just our stock micro cameras.
HD.
Yeah.
But get the same kind of stabilization that Real Steady has.
Calyx Turtle or something.
Well, or the, Starlight,
like
something like that. Yeah,
because I sent you another example where there's background on the place that I'm flying, and I don't know what kind of magic Real Steady does, but the freaking background is moving as I'm flying separately. It's something magical.
So
I don't
separate.
Maybe it's stretching or something, but something is happening there that visibly. I look at the background and I'm like, that house is moving in the back. How is it possible? And it creates an enormous 3D perspective. That's why when you watch the Real Steady videos, like that one that we watched, don't you notice something odd is in the picture? Like something is moving in the back or something, but maybe you don't really realize it's the background moving. But
it does. It looks like
3D, right? Like you're going in there.
Yeah, like there's a lot of depth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's probably the footage, like readjusting the back,
stretching the rock out a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Trying to make it
fill
stable.
The space. Does it do that, you think?
I don't
know how it works.
It does something. I don't know.
Okay. If anyone knows, let us know.
Yeah, hypersmooth as well could be done, but that's GoPro type of technology. This is something that we have access to today, and I literally need someone to go like, oh, wait, you can just get a program that reads that
metadata, which is already recorded.
Not even the metadata. It adds on the what do you call it? The black box file.
Yeah.
To the video and goes like, okay, now you can stabilize whatever the hell you want.
Isn't that awesome? That's a big thing.
It would be really nice because then you can get like you're not forced to use GoPro.
Yeah, because the whole reason the squirt thing from Andy Shen, the whole reason that's so big is because they're trying to use that GoPro. So if you could use just a HD camera and get the benefit of what the GoPro does for you, isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So we're very, very close. Dave Smith just sent us a video in. I'm gonna have to.
No, it's Mr. Steele, so probably.
I'm gonna have to pre-check it. Are we not allowed to show Mr. Steele's videos?
Oh, it's like flying it out in this house. I can just tell you, he flies around this house. That's it.
Is he?
Yes. You guys can watch it in the. Well, you put it in the.
It's in the chat.
In the chat, yeah, you can
watch Mr. Steele flying around his house.
But this is probably with Real Steady.
Real Steady, well. Yeah. And that's why you're getting that background. Like we're watching it now, but you can't. because he'll copyright us,
Copy strike.
copy strike us, because it's just how it is.
But see
It's
see
better
that
footage.
see that thing that it seems like it's
Yeah, you can see the
pulling you.
background moves a lot.
100% he didn't do this. The footage did that for him.
Yeah.
The real steel, real
Yeah.
steady. I keep saying real steel. Real
that makes
steady
it-
footage, and analyzes that, and it goes like, oh, okay, oh yeah.
It
But that makes
certainly
it look very
does look.
cinematic
Yes.
itself.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Just
does
by
look
having
like
that.
it's a lot further away.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like you're getting sucked through the gap
Yeah.
rather than.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
maybe that is what what it's doing is actually moving and stretching these
Yeah.
bits on the outside of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't watch the film,
Yes.
but it's like that from the outside.
Is it like that?
Yeah.
Woo!
It's like trying to describe
As you
it right
move, yeah, but as you move, it's almost like there's a bit of lag in the outside of the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the middle bit moves and then the outside kind of catches up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But very, very interesting.
I didn't like.
Yeah.
I like. I don't like.
Vertigo effect. I'm being told.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the when someone films something like this
Mm.
and they put like. I hate
The
that.
noise.
Yes.
Oh, I can't
Of the
stand
props. But
I
this
don't need
one, I don't know. Something was wrong with it.
it. What, the sound?
The sound is just sounds of the environment, but
Uh-huh.
it doesn't. It didn't
Can
do
I-
something right.
We can turn the sound on. I need to hear the sound. Oh yeah, that's weird.
So some parts are fine,
Yeah.
but see, it's not. I don't
But
know.
no, that's a track because it
something-
doesn't change as I've moved around.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
So now he gets that. No, this is in the movie, in the video. It sounds the same as yours, but it's something odd. Like there's people talking, but there's no one there. Is it ghosts?
Yeah, that's not right. Can you? I don't know if you can hear it in the
And then he
background.
goes into this room, and the music starts
But yeah,
playing.
that's.
I mean, it's trying to be original and put like but it because it still looks like a quad, so it's not something off.
Yeah,
with
because
this
the
video.
sound is not changing with my view. Like
Because-
it's
no.
just appearing after
No,
I'm in that room.
I know what the problem is. You don't hear footsteps.
It's not just that I don't hear footsteps; it's that the
I think-
stereo would rotate around me,
Yeah, oh, that
and that
as
didn't
well.
happen.
Yeah. But you don't hear footsteps is one of the reasons that feels weird and the sound doesn't. There's
Yeah,
something
but like definitely back here where
off
it was,
about it because
those-
it looks like he's walking in there, right?
Mm.
Even if it's a camera, but there's no footsteps or anything, or ambient sound. The ambient sound is very.
like this. Look
the
at
skies
this.
with
That's,
that, yeah.
Look how far. Look, and it's the same track. It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We've
doesn't
travelled so
change, yeah.
far around this garden, and it's the same sound level.
So the video's good flying as
can
always.
I see what he's trying to do, and
Yeah.
I'm not having a go at that. I can see that.
There's
just don't know
something
if that's
odd
right,
on
because
the
it's
sound. I don't know.
well, it's disjuncted. It's remote. It's not
Mm.
the same. It's not what you're looking at. Do you
So
know what I
that's
mean?
what did you notice like when you were chasing the cars on my video?
Yeah.
You heard the cars going.
Yeah.
That's because.
Did you have the mic on? What without? How did you get it without the motor sound?
You didn't notice, right?
No.
It was just normal for you. You didn't notice that anything was
Yeah, I
wrong with
didn't
it.
notice that. Yeah.
Just now you started to
Yeah,
realize.
yeah.
like-
I'm just thinking about it now. Hang on a minute. Let me just. What? Hang on a second. Yeah. I can't hear any props.
Yes. So there's a trick here.
Did you edit
That's
that in?
that's fake sound
No, it's real sound.
Of them cars.
Yes.
on that day. but
Yes.
Not that corner
On that corner.
of that actual car.
Yes.
Of another car.
Maybe it was another car, but the sounds throughout the day. So I had several samples of the actual location. So you can, if you go to the other one,
Uh-huh.
the other video, this one here, I went around taking sound samples of actually what was going on. That's why it seems that the car is closer here, because it was closer.
And that's why the sound matches the action.
Yeah, that's why you don't even think about it. You go like, oh yeah, it's just the car going.
But, it
But when
matches
you
the
think of it, wait a
action.
minute, how is the sound recorded? Like, see, why is it closer now? And now it's a bit further away.
But then how did you get the samples? With the
He
board?
stood there separately recording.
yes, exactly.
Right.
So
That's
throughout
what
the
I was
day-
thinking, but then when he said that.
Yeah,
then-
throughout the day, I would leave my phone or whatever I had.
You thought ahead,
Yeah, recording in different places.
and that is
So you had the
awesome.
samples for the sounds.
just
because
thinking
it
about that
adds
ahead.
it adds the you know
The dimension.
you don't really think about it, but if you just put some noises of a car going like bam 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 bam,
It's separate. That's
it's
exactly
gonna
what
be
I'm
like
saying
it's
about
like this, right?
the
It's gonna be
still
like
video.
something off.
So for that,
here.
for him to get that there though, he'd have to do like a live sound edit of him turning stuff
Which is
down
what
at
I
the
think
right
he did,
time
like
as
when
his
he goes
video's
inside the
playing.
house.
Do
Which
you know what I mean? To
yeah.
fade stuff in and out and
Yeah. Which is what I think he did inside of the house.
to get it to transition from. So he has recorded a sample,
Yeah,
but it's just stayed there.
yeah,
He hasn't walked out the room with it. So if he would have walked out the room,
maybe.
it could have
Or
done that
it
transition
or-
didn't,
and
it
then
didn't
gone
follow. It didn't follow through
If
as
you,
a
yeah,
drone.
walking
You know,
with the
so he's just
microphone,
left
the
it
path
sitting.
that you're gonna do
but
would
then you'd probably
match.
hear footsteps, which would be like.
Wear socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like then you would yeah, but you would match the spatial stereo
Yeah, yeah.
moving
Yeah.
as the video's moving, because that's
Yes.
what threw me about the insect sound.
So he just left
It's
it
just a
outside
separate insect sound, and
Yeah.
I'm moving around, and it's the same sound. I haven't
Yeah.
left the little insect
Yeah.
behind. It's still with me. Is it on my shoulder? What's happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what didn't work for me on that little thing. But I did like it. I quite like the idea of that. Yeah.
So it just shows a lot of work in your video.
That
That
is a-
short little clip.
For
that's a
that
lot of
little
work.
clip, yeah. So
yeah. Well, yeah. It took a bit, but on the day I was like, no, this is
I
gonna.
think it's
As soon as I got
pre-thinking.
there, the ideas start popping up in your head, because you can't
To
do a
record
proper
the sound
video
separately.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Because you go like, oh, I wish I recorded that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, why didn't I get this, that?
Yeah.
So I had an idea exactly of how I wanted to do the video afterwards,
Mm.
which is why I started recording like this type of things.
I think he's
But
put
to
the
record
making
the
of it
sound
as well.
separately,
Yeah.
and
Bit of
even to
how
think
Mr. Still
about that.
making
But
it.
I'm really very impressed by your thinking there, Carlos.
It's
I
a
have
bit
to say.
unglorious, because if it works,
Yeah.
no one will ever notice it.
But that's that's when it works. Is
You
when
just-
you don't notice
You just
it.
accept it
I
as a,
honestly did not notice
Yeah.
and did not think, didn't even consider it. I
that there's
just
a drone
totally
chasing.
accepted
It's like,
the sound. And only when you started talking about it did I think, hang on a minute, yeah, how is he recording that without the propeller sound?
yeah, we'll be like,
Yeah, have you somehow filtered it out? I went through a few different things in my head all of a sudden. I'm like, what? No,
I had to stay in very specific spots, like recording sound.
this is it. So it's a really, really smart little idea. Smart little idea.
So plan if you're doing a shoot, think of exactly what you want to
or
do.
what's coming out.
Yeah, what do you want from it?
And the sound is important.
Very important. Yeah.
Very, very important.
Even
Can
if you
we-
don't use it.
Can we talk about Tom for a minute?
We can. Poor Tom has been like staying.
No, I'm alright.
Yeah. Did you do
Standing
anything over there in the background? Like, can you see this thing here, this little black line?
Can we do the the video trick?
Hi,
again?
Matthew. Thank you for joining us.
Can I do the video trick again?
Yeah. Carlos is going to do a video trick. Are you going to do what? The Skypey video trick? Okay. I'm going to have to try and deal with this now.
Just made it.
Going to make noises and all that. It's going to be crazy, but stick with us. He told you. Why is it not ringing? There we go. Turn the microphones off.
Yeah.
Transition over to Carlos. See, look, we're nearly good at this.
Really?
We're nearly, capable. Wow, I'm amazed. There we go. So Carlos is off there. So this course was made by Tom. This is the third or fourth long one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third.
And it's vicious.
It's evil.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm really unhappy with this one, and I could quite happily swap it back with Carlos. I hate it. Sorry.
Why?
I love it because I can't do it with my Land Rover. It seems to be you could do it with a Jeep because they're a lot shorter chassis.
Yeah.
But with the Land Rover, I get beached in loads of places.
But Tom's been putting
I can't
stuff now.
climb things.
I've
You need
put
to make
some
it higher.
edges onto these
Yeah,
barrels
so-
because they were really hard to get over.
So
But
Tom's done
it is a
some.
tight course.
You've done some adjusting, Tom.
I
Can
have.
you? What have you adjusted?
I cut into the edges of the tubes of the tops of these, which we're also going to put some sticks in here as well.
Uh-huh.
Which is going to
Oh, you just hang on. You what nobbled them off a bit or something.
My sword to this edge of it.
Okay.
Took your sword.
Okay.
Took my sword to the edge of it, to the edge. Yeah.
Like a samurai.
This corner is really hard for you guys with a longer wheelbase, but there's not much I can do. It's the case.
Yeah.
It's the case's fault.
It's the case.
Mm.
Oh, what's this?
You was trying to Skype me on my phone for some reason.
Oh,
Even though I've answered them, I'm actually Skyping you on my computer.
So did you manage to change?
And I've also
The
widened
phone
the
is
logs.
still trying
there
to
we
keep
go.
it.
So
So the logs. So
it
now
looks
now
nice.
it's accomplishable. But I wanted it to be hard in the first place.
So
Have
so
you seen
those
You
those
discussed.
logs, have you widened them? They look
Yeah,
like
I
they've
have
been
widened them, yeah.
like, look here, those two, they look like you've stuck something in between the two
Yeah, I've
there,
just kind of wedged them open, put a couple of logs down, but it's all now.
because I couldn't get across that, like, for love nor money.
It's just so much easier now. Look at that. It's just too easy now.
No, it's fine.
No, that's too
Look,
easy.
see, it just fell.
I'm
But
not
anyway,
sure. I'm not
it's
sure.
accomplishable now. So you should be able to do it in your landies. But yeah, that was the issue.
But the one
But
thing.
you say you've got an issue with this bit rounding out here, up here, don't you? Car's not working.
Is the volume of the boys loud enough for you viewers? Just let me know.
No, we're not talking here.
You're not talking there, but you're talking through my
This
microphone.
Through your mic, yeah. So
Yeah.
they should be able to hear us if we speak up.
Okay. I was just wondering if they could hear you. I'll turn you up a little bit. But so Tom, can you just talk us through a little bit of what you've done, how you've done it? What?
Dude, what? Made the course? We did that last week. So yeah, just improved it. Widened the gaps on the logs. Put some edges on the smooth plastic so
Yeah.
your wheels will actually get a grip. But yeah,
Can you open the other one just behind it?
Yeah, I've opened a couple now. So yeah, you should be easy to be able to drive over it.
No, I mean the other case.
Oh, the other case. Can you hold
No,
it?
I haven't done that.
Where's the other case?
That's the old. That was the first ever one, wasn't it?
Where's the other
Yes.
one? There
So
you go.
now we figured out something. Oh, look, it's me.
Ah, look at you.
Come closer.
Come closer.
There's these things here, and instead of opening
The
case,
pins, you mean?
yes, just opening the case, you can actually take the pins out.
Uh-huh.
The floor out here, I'd say.
We can lay it next to this one.
There's not much space. I'll put it out here.
And then we can do this.
And you separate them. Look at that. Oh, that's so much longer.
Wait.
And then you could turn, couldn't you? You could just do a turn.
Corners, yeah.
You could put side by side in different angles, different ways.
Now look at the insanity. This is just two cases.
That's just two.
Just two cases.
And you've got another two.
And I have another two. So if we have 8 cases.
And we've got one more yet to be made.
Yeah.
It will go all the way to your
We've
house.
got what, 6 meters of track with these two, I'd say at least.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Follow it round there, Tom. Show us the rest of it. Look at that. So soon enough, I'm trying to, like I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, I'm trying to encourage you guys to make one of these tracks, or something similar. When I see a few, then I want to make a little event space. We've got a great space for it in hand, where we can invite everyone down to bring their landscapes and their cars and line them up in that long fashion, and just have a hoony heck of a long track and have a great night. So if anyone wants to have a look, expanding foam, pretty simple mindset really. It's a box, and why we like the box is that you can put it away. That's the bit I like the most about the box, is that when you close it away,
Should I close it?
Yeah, you might as well close that. But when you close it up, that box just closes away. Do you know, that's very neat.
Yeah, and with those two pins is the same. You just put the pins back in, close the box. There we go. Close away.
Look, you're not carrying anything heavy in there. Yeah. Okay, it is a gun case. It's a rifle case, and you might get some funny looks.
You can put some stickers outside or
throw
print
some
in different
from
colors.
Stickers. Yeah, exactly.
You can get bigger ones then as well.
You can get bigger ones, Dino says.
You can. Different shape.
Waiting
I've
for
had one
Tom's first
that's
meeting with the
more-
police.
Gun cases.
Same as that, plastic air rifle case.
Yeah.
But where that's very rectangle.
Yeah.
It bows out.
It bows out.
So you could have like a good pull. You know,
It bows out. Interesting.
Bows out. What do you mean?
Definitely, Dino. We need more info on that.
Yeah, I'll show you.
We need more info on that. So we're going to go from there. So I
They're not
really
cheap,
don't
though.
know. Well, these are not cheap. Like, look, these cases, I've been asked by a few people. I asked Tom to make these for me on commission. There's a lot of work that has gone into these boxes.
You don't have enough battery to come
Oh no,
back.
I've got enough battery.
And there's a couple of people that want them. If the cases, they're going to be for sale on the site. They're all handmade, commission, but it'll be something like 150 quid a case.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't mind if you don't buy it because I'm just going to keep it. Yeah. But what I'm trying to
Don't
do
buy
is
it.
I want people to do their own cases.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I really want. I want to see their landscape, their interpretation of what I'm going to drive over.
But this is like Tom is an artist.
Yeah.
This is
This is
people can do something.
Look.
I've tried to do something. It's not bad, but it's not this.
Yeah, but this
Right?
is the point. Is that look, Tom's an artist.
Huh?
Yeah, but Tom's an artist and he's my
This would be
mate.
good for people
Yeah.
Which
that
is
are into
why
the models
he's
and
made it
stuff.
for us.
Yeah.
If you try to go and
Like,
commission an
model
artist to do that,
We just need
it will
some-
cost you way
700.
more than 150 quid.
Yeah.
150 quid barely pays for his time.
Yeah.
Let
Oh,
alone
no, literally, yeah. I'm not
the actual
really making
plastic
anything.
box itself
Yeah.
is £35 a box just for the
Yeah.
plastic outside. Yeah, so you're already a fifth of the way into it.
Yeah.
It takes him days. There's 8 coats of paint on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
It's
for
a lot
my
of work,
mind, if you're gonna buy it, you're buying it as an art piece more
Yes.
than anything.
Yeah.
But don't buy it. Just make your own.
Mm.
If you really want it, it's there and it's gonna be on there. But at the end of the day, that's art. That's
Yeah.
It's not even limited to the Jeeps, is it?
no.
You could
I think I would.
put models on that, anything.
Yeah, that's proper landscape art. That's some of the better stuff that I've seen. Like, I'm not even gonna go at other people's, but he's really good at what he's doing.
You know, see what
Let me
I'm
show.
Do you know what I mean?
what,
So he's,
I'm gonna
what
show you
compare
what
and
he's
you're
doing
looking
now.
at.
I'm gonna call you again.
Are you calling me again?
Hello.
Okay. What's he doing? What's
Wait.
he doing? We've got a black screen.
Oh, there we go. Is that me?
She's turning your volume off. Okay, you're looking at my chair here. Look, it's me.
Why is it so small?
Why is what so small?
My video.
It's
Oh.
big. I can see you.
Odd.
I can see you.
It was bigger before. Right. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
saying.
Infinity.
You could fill in the middle as well, couldn't you? Just have a big square.
Mm.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. We can put all the other boxes here in the middle, and
You
then
could.
it will be like the fun fair of Orlando off-roading.
I just think it's beautiful. Like, for me, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And there's another two. There's 2 more long ones already done, and there's another long one that's going to get done. I've got my little bit of landscape here. We're not far from being able to do it ourselves.
No.
What I could do that, but I just want other people to bring in.
It's been a tiny whoop t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's we could do it on whatever size, Rich.
what's that
Like
picture?
you're saying, it's true. Yes, you could just put it on a like a wallpapering table.
Yeah.
We could do it whatever size.
The reason for this is transport. That was always
For
It's
me,
going
it's-
to events.
It's
really,
not
at the end
just
of
the
day.
transport. It's that when I'm not playing with
exactly
it,
you can put it away easily.
I can't damage it, bros.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
I can't bash it.
Yeah.
This one that Tom done before.
Yes.
Every time I look at it, I get upset because things get on top of it.
Yeah.
It gets bashed about.
Yeah.
It's not protected. It's not as robust.
We'll
Yeah.
be in a new workshop though.
Yeah, it will be
We're
when
gonna
we do
repaint it,
what we're
touch
going
it
to do. But if it's not a plastic box,
What could it be?
what could it be?
Could
If
you not
it's
use a
Flight
pasting
cases,
table?
like
Because
musical
they've still
instrument
got a
flight
rim
case.
around, 2 rims. It'd just be maybe a bit
But
shallower.
isn't that the legs on the inside
Yeah,
where
but you
that
get rid of
rim
the
is?
legs because you're laying it on the floor. You're not using legs.
Oh, so
I'm
you're,
talking
you're
about using the inside.
so you're actually using the outside upside down.
Yeah.
But how deep is that? It's not going to be that deep, is it?
deep is your
Well, it's going to be.
Because one good
It's
thing
really
about
similar.
this,
your
that's
box?
pretty
So
nicely deep. Because what's
So
good
deep.
is where Tom,
That's what she
the
said.
smart thing what Tom's done is that he's used, you've got this much depth, but he's
Yeah.
used that height on one box
Yeah.
and it goes into the other box.
Yeah.
So he's added extra depth.
Yeah, it's hard to
Connect.
do.
Yeah,
It's hard
where
to do
you're
that
doing
work.
that. That's really helpful. the other thing I like about this is that because it's long and thin,
Yeah.
it's kind of like 2 paths wide.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
Whereas a pasting table would be big old square thing.
Mm.
Where am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
putting that again?
You need flags
This is
more
really
so.
easy
Well,
to
with the
put
bigger
away.
table, you'd need flags and a course set out, whereas this is kind of self-defined, really, where the
Yeah.
course is.
But it
Yeah.
still has
But
so
yeah,
many
yeah,
places that
you
you
have
can
so
go,
many
right?
different
It's
options
not
in
that
there,
just,
it's
oh no,
ridiculous.
sorry, I can only go this way.
Yeah.
You can transform it
You
just
can
by
transform.
tilting it. By
You can transform. Now, there's another thing that I want to get onto.
Yeah.
Now, someone said to me, and I think it's a bloody good idea, is to have some kind of spring-loaded, like, trap. Yeah.
Trap?
So I'm driving along, and I've got to stay within this path. Yeah, on the course.
Yeah.
And just off the course, you with me, is the spring-loaded trap. So if I tread here, and if I tread just too far off the course,
Yeah.
the trap goes and it'll go poof, and you get a little puff of talcum powder or sand or something like that.
So you want like
Yeah?
you want landmines on a course? Is
Not so much.
Are we
No.
driving in Syria?
No,
or...
no,
I was
no.
thinking of adding a couple of
No.
LEDs.
No,
Oh, shit!
It's not so much the landmine thing.
Gunner, shut
What I
up!
want.
Jesus.
Alright. See, I knew it was going to go. I knew it was going to get to descend into this. As soon as I
Missiles.
said
Oh,
it.
we could use
No.
like
All right. Read
as
it
missiles.
further. Read it further. What I actually want is a physical, automatic indicator that I'm off the path.
Ooh, but
Well,
that's
landmine
the.
would pretty much do that.
Well, no, that'll
Well,
just go
listen.
like that, and then I can just push it back down again and put a bit more sand on top, and it's ready. Do you understand what I mean? Like it's a little trap door. Yeah.
But why?
I want or a flag.
But
All right,
you can-
fine. It's not a landmine.
Exactly. You just need to put
It's a
something.
flag
like,
that moves.
No,
Yeah.
just put something there that said "Don't touch this."
No, I want it to come up or go down or then like a it's happened and then I just push it back in and reset it. Yeah, and you try and drive near it again.
You
Do you
can
understand?
maybe do that.
Flags and it moves.
You can do that with Arduinos, but then it starts
Flags are a
getting
little
very,
spring.
very expensive.
I just like the idea of things
Just
moving it
knock the
around.
flag and you move the
Yeah,
flag.
Wallpaper,
Smoke generators.
smoke generators,
What?
LEDs. Yeah, yeah. So you can get smoke generators.
Yeah, for drift cars.
Yeah.
But no, just like as a little side
But
thing.
it's not tiny. That's not tiny.
No, they are probably about that big.
Yeah, but you can hide
No,
that,
it's
couldn't
like a vape thing, but
Yeah,
part of the
it's probably
vape.
about that
But
big.
it has a pump afterwards, and then it has a battery.
Oh, they're
connected to it.
different ones. But the actual smoke generator unit
Yeah.
is just a heater and a little chamber
Yeah, no,
Just
but
nothing
you need
to
a
it.
no,
Yeah.
but you need a pump to pump it out.
to make it go puff puff.
Yeah.
It will
Or to
gently wisp out otherwise.
Yeah, but it probably won't be able to see.
No, it'll be hard to see. But yeah, mouse traps, something like that. Yeah. But no, I just can you not see what I'm trying to get across? It's
No,
like a physical.
driving in Syria is what you want to drive in a dangerous country.
No, doesn't have to. All right, forget the exploding one, right? But something that when I drive on it, if I'm in the right place, it's okay.
Are you
If
talking
I'm in
about
the wrong place,
Yeah.
Just get a
But
light and a
listen,
buzzer.
Are you talking about FPV or line of sight?
No, on this. These
Well,
courses.
do you know what?
Yeah, but in
I
FPV
was
or
look.
line of
I
sight?
do love FPV.
Yeah.
I absolutely. We all know, yes, FPV, big love.
It's a challenge.
I'm struggling to say this.
It's
Right?
a very
I'm
challenging.
struggling
Yeah,
to say
I
this.
know what you're gonna say. It's very challenging to run that on FPV.
I kind of like the micro trucks without FPV.
What micro trucks?
These trucks. I kind of like
the Orlandos.
driving the
Yeah,
Orlandos
yeah.
on these landscapes, line of sight.
Yeah, because you're watching like the whole thing and it's like
Yeah,
wow.
it's pretty
Yeah.
awesome line of sight.
Yeah.
But I do still like FPV in the truck.
Yes, it's
But
just very
the landscapes are so hard to do.
challenging. I know.
Like you'd have to be much bigger
No, you managed
or
to do it
more
when you were here.
obvious.
No, you're able to do
No,
it.
no, it just
because
have
you
to,
can't see.
You just have to go slower.
No, you just can't see.
Yeah, but then you have a spotter that tells you a bit more to the left, a bit more to the right, so that adds into it.
Could add into it, maybe. I don't
It's
know.
the difference of you just going and looking by yourself.
Yeah, we
and
did
like,
a live feed with Carlos.
Yeah,
last
yeah.
night,
No,
didn't
we could
Which
try.
works.
We could
Yeah,
try
it
that.
works.
And
No, I'm not
it's
saying I
not-
don't. I'm not saying I don't.
It's a
Don't
different
be
thing. I
upset,
understand.
people. Don't be upset. I still like
They both have
FPV.
their place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't be
yeah.
upset.
It's completely different.
Yeah,
One is a challenging thing that you have to do,
Yeah.
like the FPV,
Yeah.
and you should have a mate to help you out, because
I
otherwise
think
it gets,
you're gonna need a
it
spotter.
gets
Yeah,
frustrating. Like,
Yeah.
oh, where the hell am I? I
because you
can
just
only
look.
see
It's
the.
just sky and bonnet. It's just.
Well, you can look to the sides and maybe look a little bit. Oh yeah, but I agree. Like the FPV is more for exploration. These is more like a trial.
This
If you're
I
doing
love
with the
this in
car.
line
The
of
latest
sight.
one was
Like-
a trial course. It was designed more for a competition if you're at an event that you
Yeah.
could get
Yeah.
time recordings,
Yeah,
give
exactly.
people a time limit,
But
5
they
minutes,
can't finish
see
it,
how far
Joe.
they get. If they fall over through,
But they can't finish
they
it, Tom.
can finish it.
No one can finish it, Tom.
Well, you can now.
Yeah.
He's saying.
No one can
All
finish
this
it.
is saying put the FPV camera on servo. We already have that
Yeah, we've got cameras. We put cameras everywhere.
on servos.
Oh, we
Yeah,
do.
to look to the
Yeah,
lefty
yeah,
righty.
yeah.
We can't drive without that, by the
Let's
way.
try and zoom cam.
But
for
I think,
this one.
for example, when we did that, when we went around
Camera.
doing that that trail with the 4 cars,
Mhm.
that was the most amazing thing that
Oh,
we've
that
done
was
with
good.
with
Yeah,
4
yeah,
people,
that was
right?
Brilliant. Yeah.
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 Yeah, my favourite so far.
And it was FPV.
My favourite experience so far was Western Park at night,
Good night.
and it was all dark,
Oh, with FPV?
and all our lights was on. No, line of
Oh,
sight.
line of sight.
All our lights was on.
Better than that one.
And
With
there
the
was-
4 cars going around here. 5 cars.
Nah, sorry, yeah,
4 or 5.
it was. It was the lighting. It was the lighting. It was
Yeah,
because
yeah,
as they
exactly.
was moving, they was lighting up different. It was black. Everywhere
Yeah.
was dark, and as the trucks were
could just see what
moving,
the
you could
cars see.
see the landscape opening up.
Yeah.
And you could follow each other trailing.
Yeah.
It was just brilliant.
Yeah.
That's my favourite so far. Definitely loved when we went trailing around here.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
The hide and seek thing that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But like, as evocative, emotional moments,
Mm-hmm.
that Western Park at
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
was just
That
awesome.
was
Yeah,
good
it's
laugh.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looked right.
Yeah.
It looked
Never
good.
did see the footage from that GoPro.
Oh, we
that
did
were
the
using.
oh
we
the
did
GoPro
Tristan,
no.
I don't think
No, I don't
Yeah,
know
we
if
did.
that's come out yet, but that was just really good. If like Drew said, if I could somehow get my gimbal to not only do this but to do that,
It's very
And-
hard.
yeah,
Very
have a
hard.
look down,
Very
or
hard.
like here's my next thing, is let me go back to zoom cam.
A little tiny man
See my camera line. My
that
camera
just
line.
goes in the car.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
look.
let's go.
My camera line is actually a little bit low. That's like a short old granny trying to peer over the steering wheel. It needs to be, I'm going to get my little pointy thing. It needs to be way up there, way up
That's
there.
how I have mine.
Yeah, way here almost.
And you can see
Yeah,
outside.
like
But
here.
not outside the
You
window.
can see past the bonnet.
Driving like
Yeah,
this.
but no, what I need to do is to be able to see past the bonnet.
Yes.
Right now I can only see, half of my view is bonnet.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
That's the same when you're driving a car.
No,
What
it's
do you know?
not, because I can't see the road. Can't see the road in front of that car.
You can, just up ahead.
Just way up ahead.
No, you can see
Yeah.
maybe a car length.
No, it's just not enough. So
I can see
need
the
to,
road in front of my
I
car
need
either.
to find a way.
I can see like half of a car.
Could we not do
After.
it with a mirror? I wonder if we could do it with a mirror. If you could put a mirror up there at a 45 and point the camera at the mirror,
Just like they do in right.
would you see out? Would that work? If I was
Mirrors
pointing
everywhere.
my mirror.
Oh,
Because the actual viewpoint, the eye viewpoint, needs to be higher.
yes.
Well, you just lift the camera.
It's
Well, you
too-
can't
you
because it's
can't
too-
because
it's
the
too
camera
small.
hits the ceiling.
Can you not?
It hits the roof.
Ah.
So I can't move the camera out.
You have to convert one of them little spy cameras you can get, couldn't you?
What a pinhole.
Pinhole camera. But
Yeah,
then the
but
pinhole
convert it.
camera is just see this.
The problem
Yeah,
with
that-
pinhole is that you're looking for a tube. You're
Yeah.
in, you're looking at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, there's
So,
someone there. Oh,
I need
let's
to
go.
wait.
Let's go drive this way. What
Unless
I don't
I just say sod it and actually put my camera coming through my roof.
No.
And then disguise it with boxes.
No.
You know, because it will look shitty, but that's where the issue is that
A
right up
slider
the
with a
top.
gimbal too. A slider so the camera can pop up the side when. It's very hard. Like there's no space inside for anything.
there is very little space. You know, we don't need to tell Drew that, but there is very, very little space.
There's
a
it
whoop
is
camera.
a whoop all-in-one camera right in there.
There is already a whoop camera. That is a whoop camera, so that is Cool. Well, I think that's an 806 actually.
Yeah.
That's an FX 806 in there with the FPV, with the VTX.
With a periscope.
See, look, that's exactly what I've just said. With a mirror 45, like a periscope. But how do you look? What? How are you looking? What,
I'm
Carlos?
just imagining. I'm driving my car.
So the
Periscope
camera's-
up! Woo, woo.
No, the camera's fixed.
Oh, I can see now.
No, 1 minute. The camera's fixed and the mirror turns, or does the whole thing turn? I think the whole thing has to turn. Why?
Just imagine. Maybe you have a hat on the camera and it has a mirror on the hat, so you can look in front of you.
What? I don't know what.
You have a little cap on the camera,
Yeah.
and the front part of the cap has a mirror.
How does that fit in the car?
Fits in front of the camera,
How's the periscope fit in the car?
not the periscope, but just.
Well, no, the camera would be vertical.
And then you put your goggles upside down. So
Like just as we've got it now, the camera sits on a servo, doesn't it? See, it keeps descending with these guys. But a camera sits on a servo,
Yes,
and you'd have to have a mirror on that fixed to the lens probably.
I think it will be easier to create some technology that can just shrink you down with a little remote control, and you put it on the car, maybe like attach a wheel to it, and you drive it.
No, I think it would be easier to put the camera
The problem is when you
to
tilt
put
it.
the servo in the roof and the camera actually on the roof.
No,
It will look shitty,
it will look
but
terrible.
it will give you the right view.
No,
Maybe too high then, wouldn't it?
too high. Yeah, I think you have the right view. Your camera
I
controls
don't think
a little bit more.
I've struggled with the.
Have you ever driven a Jeep like that?
Yes.
I remember driving my Jeep. I couldn't see, like, if there was a car in front of me, like attached to me. I couldn't see. I know where the car is because
it shouldn't be any different. I mean, the
yeah,
camera's about,
I can see my whole thing in front of me, the whole bonnet,
Yeah.
but I can see like half of the car in front of me.
You do see more than you see in FPV.
Yes,
You
but
really
that's
do.
but that's different. You're confusing things here. The reason that you see the car, you don't actually see it, but you know where it is because you have stereoscopic view. So you're able to see where the distance is, and your brain just makes up the rest of the calculations, so it knows where the car is, even though you don't see it. You just think you're seeing it, but actually it's your brain telling you, no, this is the car that's in front of you. Yeah. But
no,
the camera that we use it's
Okay.
only one, so you don't have depth perception.
1 minute. No.
If you were able to put like 2 little cameras inside and has stereoscopic view, I guarantee it will be much easier to drive.
I'm with you and I agree with that, and I can't argue with that point. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that the center line out of this camera
Yeah.
is only half. It's not even look where the center
But
line
you still
is.
have space up. You have a tons of space up. You're too
Not-
low there.
Not much.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's
chop
part of
the
the problem.
Yeah, chop that part off.
It needs
the
to go
top
up.
part.
Yeah, it's not high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me try and give it zoom cam so you know what I'm talking about as well.
Well, just
people.
turn it on and put it on the FPV.
So
burn that battery charge.
no, I cut this one off, didn't I?
No, I fixed it already, like ages ago.
So can you see? Look there, the center line is there. It needs to be up here. That's where my head is, so that I can look over the camera. When it's here, I can't look over the
Your
bonnet.
head is not hitting the roof of the car.
Pretty much is. I'm very tall. Yeah, I'm very tall. So that's my
Oh,
point.
God.
So yeah,
Okay.
I will
Fine.
try to maybe lift it up
Yeah, lift it up.
and see where we go. Yeah, probably I could lift that up a few inches.
An option: 45-degree prism.
Yeah.
No.
There's got to be another way. There's got to be another retractable periscope. That'll work. Yeah,
Periscope up.
that'll work. All right. So while it's in my hand, I'm going to show you guys something else. Have a look at that.
Very nice. Very
How
cute.
darling is that? Oh, so lovely.
How are you gonna put the camera there?
Oh, I'm not going to put this one on FPV. It's not going to get FPV.
A very, very tiny camera.
That's so super small.
So tiny.
So, very interesting thing about this.
What is it?
Do you know what's very interesting?
Huh?
Is I've just opened an account with
Oh.
the importers of this.
Dun, dun, dun.
I had to buy this one from Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. I will be the only shop in the whole of the UK
Bam.
to stock that.
Really?
I'm so surprised. Like it's such an awesome little
I
toy.
don't
Like
know,
even
maybe.
just to have it on your shelf. Why would you
Yeah.
not in a model shop? Like I don't get it.
I'm curious, like races with that.
Oh yes. So we've got our little course up there.
You wanna show?
Do you want to?
What time is it? I have like 8
Well, I can
minutes.
show you. Go on, and you can have a quick go round. So go on. Then.
I need to call you again, don't I?
Yeah, you got to call me again. So we turn it on. Like that. Turn it on. So beautiful. It's it's not bad. I think it's like 85
Just ringing everywhere.
something around there. Yeah. I need them to land before I can tell you how much they're going to be. There is 2 of them that are more expensive,
Okay.
but they're going to be about 85, 90 quid. Which is, when you look at, it's proportional and it's very nice.
Yeah, not that way.
Yeah, it's actually proportional, which is what's important here. It's not just click, click, servo, bang, bang. It's actually proportional. Let me try and get this screen over there. There you go. Yeah, and you can drive. So I'm just waiting for the rest to turn up, and then we're gonna have a little race. You can go faster. It's just that course is a bit small, so the boys are going a bit tentative. And those curbs are 1/32 scale curbs.
Can you get that scale drift car?
No, I've actually got a 1/43 drift car, which is about twice the length of that.
Twice the length.
About that.
That'd be
go
good.
over.
Yeah, 1/43
Oh.
will be drifting, and that's a very different thing as well. That drifting, because that kind of it is a real drifting. Do you want me to drive it? Because it seems like you're crashing every 2 seconds.
No.
So it does drift, but it drifts in a very different way. It's got a center thing, so it's actually 6 wheels. Try and avoid the high lumpy bits.
Well, it's not gonna do anything to the car.
No,
It weighs a gram. Oh! I'm not the best line of sight pilot guy, but I'm doing it.
the drift cars should be released in about 2 weeks, I believe. These little 1/43 ones.
Oh,
I bought it on Kickstarter. No, I bought it. I bought one on Kickstarter. They're not doing any trade on them. They're selling them themselves. But 1/43 scale. But it's got a special center thing
Too fast, too
that
furious.
makes it look like it's drifting.
Ah,
No, it's going to be good. I've seen them. I'm expecting it to be good. So yeah, so we've got these coming. There's 7 different ones.
Thank you.
There's 7 of them.
You wanna play?
You stop doing it. No? Okay. So there's seven different little buses. Oh look, gone too far. 7 buses, 1 fire truck. I just can't wait till we have a little race. Slightly bigger track, I think.
unscrew
we're gonna have
chaos.
to have. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so
You're ready whenever.
thank you.
Oh, we're gonna fly.
Are you
We're gonna end
ready?
by flying the 3
This
inch
is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this.
for the 3 inch.
Actually, I've been waiting for this.
Welcome to OpenTM.
Aha.
Oh my
Sensi
God.
on a 3S.
Like 4 minutes.
On a proper
Oh,
3S.
happened?
Try not to kick things. Really? Is it on?
Yeah.
Really? Ah, it is on. Here we go. Here we go.
Very dark camera.
There we go. Are you ready, people?
I'm not ready.
Are you not ready? Here we go.
Okay, so air.
Oh, hello.
It's very loud.
Does it feel better? For the
Yeah.
battery?
Yes, if the bus was realistic, it would have overheated by now, Rich. It's
Yes, a
funny.
lot better. It's still a bit
Idling
bumpy
too long.
sometimes, but
Bit more tuning.
yeah. I don't know if it's tuning or if it's just a reason.
That has got a sound on it, eh? Boy, you can hear that. You can hear that in here.
Yeah. Wonder if they can hear it. In this thing.
Can you tell us if you can hear it in the chat?
I can make them hear
Wow,
it. You hear
that's
that?
quite a lot of punch.
Yes. The battery, your other battery is just oh.
Yeah, they're not great. They've been in the box for a long time.
Well, you got my lipos in there now, so
And that is it.
it's a decent pack. Look, punch after punch.
Nice. Bit bumpy. I don't know.
This is pretty much still a prototype though.
Yeah.
When do we get this flying gem? Like
But
2 days ago?
barely, yeah. But you know, look, it's an interesting, challenging project. Like at the end of the day, we're not doing this to change anything. It's not
No,
like,
no.
yeah, it's
Just
not.
to see if you can do it.
Can it be done? What does it take? Yeah, I just think it's beautiful just to see that amount of motors.
8 motors, 8 props.
I do want to see it with different propellers. Like, no offense,
No, no.
I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
I'm not
I've
a
got
fan
the
of
gem
free
fans in
blades.
there if you want to put them on.
Part of the no, it'll be the same. Part of the I don't know the experience that it feels like a little bit heavy still.
Still too heavy for you.
I mean it's nimble. Don't get me wrong.
I'm
It feels like
expecting-
it's heavy somehow. I guess it's because of the wobbling and the.
You think if it was?
But it has with this battery.
Look
It
at
has a
that
lot more
punch,
power.
man. God blimey.
God blimey, God
I think the
God
Sensi 3.
blimey.
The Sensi 3 would be a good frame. So you get bigger props.
Well,
And see
design-
all this
pretty much well
design
suited.
was sent out
this
week,
wobbling
wasn't it?
there makes it feel a bit heavier than it actually is. Because it's not that heavy like when you're holding it.
No,
What did we measure it?
I thought it was under
130
100.
grams?
I thought it was over 100 with the battery.
Oh,
It was under
100.
100.
127 with a battery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mini tuning helped because it's not.
And that was just one quick little tune. That was quite a turn. Did you see how quickly that stopped? Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Where'd that
Oh. We need to watch the video back to find out where it
It
landed.
was a little
It is somewhere. Hang on, it went down. Oh, it's in the tree. You hit the tree in the alleyway.
I'll go and have a look.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, so you know, look, it is just for fun. It's one of those things like Drew. You know exactly the same, Drew. It is. We want to push a little boundary a little bit, see if it can be done, something different, something new. Yeah. I just think it's lovely. I just love it so much. What do you think, Tom? You're in camera now, Tom.
Yeah,
Like they can see you now.
very fast. Looks really top heavy though, like when you had your CAD-X with the big camera on it.
That's
like,
very
it's
light.
really
That's
light,
only
long.
the camera. That
I'm
looks-
wondering if having a frame with 8 motor holders.
It wouldn't be a show
would be
without me
better.
breaking something.
Did you break it?
Oh,
Just the mouse.
where's the camera?
Oh, you just broke the
Yeah.
3D printed part. Okay, you just split it in two. So now you've made 2 frames out of 1.
Oh, what's this?
My wires.
Ah, okay, but it just fell off from the thing.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
come out.
It's on the ESC side, not the motor side.
Yeah, see something.
Oh, that's all right then. That's all right then.
Sorry,
Okay,
buddy.
so
You're good.
More
it
work to
lives. It lives and it flew. And look, we've even recorded the footage of it flying.
Yes.
So
do. That was fast. That was a bit faster. Like I was keeping it not too
Thank you,
fast,
Rich.
but
I think you need a bit more space.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be
It's-
good to do a few power runs in the park.
There's some
Yeah.
there's some odd thing though. Like when you lower all the throttle, it might be I don't know.
All right, so this is leading me to something.
Hmm.
So I'm just about finishing to build essentially the same thing but
Okay.
half. So yeah,
Normal one.
so a standard normal
Yes.
Sensi, yeah, with gold motors.
Yes.
And you've got a speed gun.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'd like to do in a park.
I don't think we can do that here.
No,
No.
in a
Yeah.
park,
That's a bit too.
in a
fast.
space,
We're
a straight line run,
Yeah.
a normal Sensi with 4
Just so that
motors,
you hit
Yeah.
the same gap every time.
and
so
a
you've got
Sensi
a
8.
good point of aim.
This
If not,
Yeah.
just
it's gonna be
put
faster.
How
Oh,
much
is that right?
faster?
Not too much faster, but it will
This
be
is the
slightly
question.
faster, yeah.
Is it twice as fast?
No,
You've got
no.
twice as many motors.
Slightly faster,
Yeah,
but
so this is
Yeah, I don't think twice.
this is something for you guys to vote on as well. So is it going to be twice as fast? Is it going to be half as fast? Is it going to be
what? No, it's gonna
Yeah.
be slightly faster. Like from what I've just tested here now.
how much faster?
I don't know, like the 3S.
Only a little bit faster?
think only a little bit faster.
So
Yeah. Maybe
negligible? Is that what I'm trying to get to?
yeah, like,
Is it going to be negligibly?
I think so. Yeah, like
Or-
55 maybe.
If it's more than 50% faster, I think it's a winner.
What
I don't
Nah,
was
it'll be
it?
55. Yeah, 55
I don't
maybe.
think it'd be 50.
What? 55% faster?
No, miles an hour.
No. Okay. Let's say it goes. Hang on.
at best, I
Let's
think.
say it
But
goes.
it
Let's say
it's
just
2
for ease of
inch.
numbers, let's say a
Yeah.
standard Sensi goes at 20 miles an hour. We know it goes much faster.
What,
We'd have
3S?
to match props.
Doesn't
and everything.
matter.
Goes to 50.
It doesn't matter.
50.
It doesn't. Okay. 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Does
that's what I've got.
does the 8
Yeah.
go to 75,
No.
which is
No
50%
chance.
faster?
No chance. No.
No.
A few miles, about 10% more.
No.
So you're saying it's
10%.
going to get to 55
Yeah, I think it'd be
or
like 10%.
60?
No, I think 65. Not just because it's mine, but I think the thing is, you would have to match
not
props
that.
and motors
Yes.
on
So-
both.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
If we're
Yeah,
running
yeah.
these
2.5.
props, you'd have to run the same props,
Same props, same motors.
same battery.
The flight controller is irrelevant, really, and the ESC pretty much is also irrelevant because you're not, you know, that's only about the top end. You're just gonna be. It's just a straight line run.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is 8 motors? How much faster is 8
Yeah.
motors? I don't know how else to ask the question. Yeah. So we've got Drew saying about 30% faster.
Nah.
So
don't think so.
30%, that's going to be
I say 10.
10%.
Mm.
That's not a lot. That's 55 miles an hour. Like 30%, 65 miles an hour. Do you know what I mean? Where are you going?
10.
10.
I say that, yeah, probably the same. Like I
Uh,
tested the
I
3.
think it'll be much
I
faster.
tested the 3S here. I don't remember. Did I didn't push like all the way through, did I? But I was getting 48.
Yeah.
Was it 48?
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Yeah,
I can't
48.
remember, 48, yeah.
And I was almost at the top of the 3S.
But I
Okay.
still think you
So
can beat that.
So we're
this-
saying
with 10.
50 max then.
I don't know this. I didn't push like I
Okay.
didn't throw.
So the next
I
question.
didn't push it all the way that it could go, and it's only 2-inch props as well.
That's what I'm saying. With your sensor you tested, you had
I think
65, didn't you?
all right, but they're going to be the same. It's not so much about that. It's about where is the point where you add motors and it doesn't help. Is 6 motors better than 8?
Well,
Is 6 better than 4? Kind of thing. Then the next question is, okay, if
The problem
it
is
isn't,
that it's not a legit setup, meaning that
what do
it
you
needs
mean?
to be
It doesn't-
tuned. To...
no, it's not that. It's
What do you mean it's
there's
not
no
legit?
one.
What does it mean not legit? What's it talking about?
It's not the optimized. It's not legit. It's not the optimized thing. You're using 2 signal cables for the same
Can I get your thing?
for the
so I can
same
put it on Zoom.
for different motors.
What's to show what he done to it?
What do you mean it's got the? I don't understand what you mean. It's the
It's
same
using
thing.
it's using different what
This
did I say?
is for
It's
Tina
using
because
the
she didn't
same-
see it, so it was like this. Yeah.
It's just the mount.
She'll have to watch it back.
Nothing.
and then she'll see.
You have to
Nothing
watch it
happened
back.
there.
We do show it before. So, but okay.
Yeah, I think it's all good there.
the
Yes.
the next leady thing is for me. The question is it? So you've got a lot more weight, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
than you have with 4 motors.
Yeah.
So in my mind, like bikes and cars, a bike would launch faster. So initial burst acceleration
No, this is not.
would be better with the 4 motors because the 8 motors are heavier, even though you've got a shed load more power. It's trying to lift more weight. So we need to do that test.
No, that was
Yeah?
pretty instant response.
You didn't think it was any slower?
No. The reason that I kept saying it felt heavier
Mm-hmm.
was when
Hi,
it dropped.
Jonathan.
It might not have air
When it
mode
dropped,
on.
it was like no,
Is
no,
that
it
what you
did.
think?
Yeah. No, it did on the setting that I selected. It said
Right,
air
so
mode.
what about when you was coming off? Like, you know, when you was flying
Yeah,
the
it felt- I
Sensi,
don't know, it felt
the
heavy.
normal Sensi, it was so light
Yeah.
that as soon as you're doing the end of the power loop, you just touch the power and you're not dropping anymore. Was you dropping? How much could you catch yourself in dropping?
Oh yeah, you can catch yourself, but it's I don't know. It feels like tumbling rather than dropping.
I think the tumbling is a tuning problem rather than a weight problem. Or could it be like
I think
Tom's
I know
trying
what
to
you
say
mean. You
to
feel like
me
you're getting pulled
about the
back.
stack
Yeah.
is too heavy?
The
too tall.
The thing with tuning is that again, you don't have.
Tom's saying it's too tall.
It might be, yeah.
I
But-
can lower it slightly, but we can't get much
just because of how
Yeah.
these plugs.
No, see, look.
These plugs are so close to each ball.
Can I say?
As it is,
I
so I can
think.
drop the bottom.
Look, looking at this, could you not put one of these stacks underneath?
No.
It's
Yeah,
dangerous, isn't it?
and another stack on the top. Because look, another part of this is you've put these proper motors one above. Let me try and get that in view.
Yeah, but to do
I
one
wanted
below,
this below like that.
you can't.
Yeah, like that.
No.
You with me?
No, you won't be
Yeah,
able to.
lower. So
You have
this
to have
stack
a-
bit,
if it's
this
a bigger,
was
no, if
so
it's bigger,
thin. It was so thin. It was lovely, and now it's just become tall and fat and heavy and
He
big
doesn't understand
boxy.
how.
You
Yeah.
haven't got the room, Jim.
You
What do you
can't.
mean?
I haven't got the
Why
room.
can't I
Physically.
put that stack underneath? Why can't I put it
No.
It's
underneath?
usually
Why not?
touch the floor. I'd
Yeah,
rather it
I'll
on
put
top.
a cage around
Yeah,
it.
but then I'd rather it on
No,
top
yeah.
than the
Then
bottom.
put it on top. But I
It'll
want
be
the
the same.
motors. I want these two. I want these props one below the other. There. They should be there, not
Alright, so
up here. They should be like that.
turn it upside down.
Yeah. Does anyone else agree with me?
No.
I just reckon I cut a HDPE frame like that.
That's it. That's it.
Just cut a frame like that.
If you did,
That's it.
if you did
It-
that,
but with bigger
Exactly.
slightly bigger
Yes.
And you'd
size.
have the
That's it.
height of the material, 12 mil, to hide
well,
one of.
could you have a little plinth for the motor to sit on one and none on the
Have you
other?
seen
Yeah.
that?
So then you would get your close
On the same.
prop
Yeah.
line.
It's there, Tom.
Yeah, how the motors are in.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
so
well, look.
one would
At
go in,
least-
so then
Fight.
this
At
goes
least,
up.
at least
that
I've
would give him
incited
more
Tom
wish I'd
into
You know what I
thinking
mean?
about cutting a frame.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And HDP
That'd be
would be
easy.
brilliant. Strong.
Sensi 3 size, like a 3-inch size, so that we can at least put 2.5-inch props on.
But then you've got to think of the space in between the motors to be able to put
But
2.5 inch.
I think there's something here that you're missing, which is the flight controller is sending
It's only sending 4
the
signals.
same
isn't it?
signal
Yeah.
to two
But you
motors.
need 8
Yes.
signals really to make it
What
more
does that make?
efficient, I would
What
say.
happens when you do that?
Just double power.
No, it's not double power.
Why? I've got one motor working, and now I've got 2 motors working.
It's not.
I
It's
know
not
what
like
Carlos
that.
Yes,
is
Chris.
saying. I'll
Yes,
see-
Chris, it has. Do you think I can? Is it alright if I post that picture, Chris?
Spoiler.
I didn't know if I could. Yeah, let me know if I can, and I will. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what Carlos is
I don't
saying.
know
Well,
what
I don't
that's
understand what you
creating.
mean. I've
The
got
flight
one motor,
controller-
Carlos. Hang on. I've got one motor giving me 7 grams of thrust. Yeah.
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 And you're
And
telling
I
the
put
SC,
another motor, and that's giving me another 7 grams. That's
No.
14 grams of thrust.
but it's not that.
Why
You're
not?
you're not telling the motor. You're telling the SC.
Yeah.
Go to 6%,
Okay.
and one ESC 6% might be the other ESC that's connected to the same motor, 10 or 11%.
No way is
Let me
it
know.
that far off. I don't believe it's that far off. I don't believe it's that far off.
I know that's what you was getting at, and I get it.
I don't
the funny
believe.
thing is, when
No.
I did find out, when I come around the other day and I'd done the final
Mhm.
putting together, it would not arm. And every time we plugged it in, it would
I
freeze
think-
beta flight. But that we found out that was one of the cables.
Hmm.
Oh, sugar. What was it? Current sensor. I had to pull that out of the bottom set of ESCs because it was
Wow.
just getting.
Too much. Yeah.
It obviously it's getting 2 of the same current.
Yeah.
And obviously it was confusing it.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. So. Yes. Let me just interlude.
I need to
Why
go,
not?
man.
Hang on.
Oh
no,
shit,
gonna
I'm
interlude.
late already.
He's late already. All right,
Yes.
let me just interlude. This is a brand new little canopy from Chris over at East Coast Customs. Not sure if you can see it too well in these pictures. Some of them are a little bit blurry, but we've now got a spoiler at the back of the canopy. I just think it's awesome.
How does it make it fly, Chris?
Yeah, it's curious because.
He does. He says
That's
if
gotta
you do
put drag
feel a
on the
little
back.
bit of something, but look at how cute that looks.
It does look good.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
So I think we're gonna pretty much end on that.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Thank you very, very much for joining us. As always, you guys are so awesome. We're only here for you guys and just to incite you into something new and different.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us. Next week you're away.
Yes.
We may be doing it. The week after we're in Turkey.
Yes.
We might do a stream from Turkey.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? And then back again to the same kind of craziness. It may well look very different in here.
Oh yes.
Things are happening, but we'll talk about that when it does happen. For now, thank you very much, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Tom
Bye-bye.
for coming all the way down. Thanks to Dino
Thanks for Dino. Sorry, I smashed
for-
your quad.
No, you
for,
won't. It's
for
fine. it's fine.
making and
I knew that was gonna
creating
happen.
the Sensi Super
I
8.
was pushing it a bit. A
No,
little bit
good.
at the end.
You're going to rebuild that.
Oh, that'll be done tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for coming, Carlos. Go and have a little play. And thank you very much for
No, I
recording.
have to go.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.